Been in a real calm mood today, y'all. Well, besides early with my workout and whatever. I really focused on this music, you know what I'm saying? I've been like it for the last while, but I think this morning, man, TikTok really got to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually when I'm scrolling on like IG Reels and stuff like, cause I mainly watch IG Reels. I don't really care for too much of TikTok, you know what I'm saying? But um, just listening to some wholesome music and watching wholesome moments online, you know what I'm saying? That's really what social media is for. That's why I said I think everybody's kind of taking social media and tainted it and it made it weird, and you know what I'm saying? But really, that's what this stuff is for, you know? So definitely thinking about my next wave and my music, you know? Like, I think it's what it will. I think, honestly, man, well, I'll wait for more people to get in here and talk about it. Because I like to talk about things like this, you know? But I think today, man, I really found my revelation, you know what I'm saying? Like, believe it was God, man, gave me a little revelation about, you know, a lot of this music. You know, we all kind of think about our gifts and what our calling is or whatever. It's like we think about it and then we do it, but I don't think we understand the real deep definition of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't think we understand the real life deep definition of it. So that's for us to figure that out, you know what I'm saying? But let me get my group in here. Hold on, 1 second. But yeah, I think I don't know, man. I just been really focused on some things, you know, focused on some stuff. Do 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 do. That tune this morning got me, man. It's still stuck in my head. I had to rewatch it again, but like I said, I've been thinking a lot about my music, man, and you know what direction it's going in, and just seeing the way that the world is, man. How the world ain't got no peace right now. It's crazy, full of turmoil. Um, like I said, I think I got a revelation today, man, that my music is gonna solve a lot of this. You know, it's definitely gonna affect a lot of what's going on. You know, I'm thinking big now with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking small minded or just local minded. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking big. You know, stop sending notifications, man. My WhatsApp going off, man. Stop. I'm trying to talk. But yeah, I just been thinking big on some things, man. Um, so I thought about it, man, and um, I don't know, cause I said honestly, man, what's up? I said honestly, you know, like I said, it's a time for peace and a time for war. You know what I'm saying? It's a time we gotta fight and a time we gotta be cool. And I said, I honestly think, man, that a lot of the reasons why stuff gets a lot more peaceful and you know everybody comes to an agreement, man, is really the music, man. You know what I'm saying? I saw a revelation with that today. You know what I'm saying? That was I've been doing music for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this morning was the first time I saw this revelation. You know what I'm saying? And if you know me, I don't speak in spiritual terms. I don't walk around being deep. But I truly believe, and that was a revelation. You know, that was something that God showed me. You know, Because I said, man, music it somehow gets to the hardest of the hardest people. It don't matter who it is, man. Everybody has a genre. Everybody has a soft spot for some music. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's really why the devil control music so much because, he was the prince of music. So it's kind of like every genre has a way of getting everybody in their fields. You know what I'm saying? That's just some stuff to release in certain frequencies and stuff like that. And I try to kind of get up off of it, man. But I'm just like, I think this morning showed me that, I wasn't even searching for it. It wasn't like I was, looking for. I mean, I don't wake up every morning looking for no revelation. I ain't one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do it. But I said, just sitting there scrolling through my TikTok and my IG and just hearing this beautiful music, man. All this gospel stuff came on my feed, and I watched stuff like that, uh, and then thinking about a lot of this revelation or this music, and this dude that was doing ambient music, man, playing for his unborn child in his wife's belly. And I said that's so neat. That technically in a way that's considered music therapy. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I thought about getting into, man. With like doing music therapy and seeing what I can do, to kind of put myself out there. How you doing? I said good, good. But I said seeing how I can kind of put myself out there, man, and get my brand out there. But if you know me, I don't do music for money. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never really cared about the money. It's good to come with it, but you cannot pay me tomorrow, I'll still do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that when this your God gave me a gift, it's just what you're gonna do. So I really been thinking heavily on it, man. And I said this is gonna be a worldwide problem solver. It's not just playing in church. It's just like, no, this is gonna be a worldwide problem solver. So I don't know. I think I've been thinking a lot about that, and just all the ways, man, it can help a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, One thing about music that like I said, that I have noticed, um, honestly, man, it helps so many people. You know, it takes down the hardest people. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, that's why music, movies, and commercials, they hit you with the sad songs. When they want to advertise something, they hit you with a real sad song, and it sets the mood. You know what I'm saying? So, um, man, that's kind of why I've been at this morning. So that's why I said, man, whoever click on, who click on, who click off, who click off, it's whatever, man. I ain't even worried about it, but it's just I like to be influential when I speak. So that's just where I'm at. I know everybody ain't gonna see that because everybody want to jump around and tap dance and want a word. I said, but sometimes when you stop wanting the word and go do the word, this is how you feel. Try to tell you fools tap dancing in church. I said, yeah, well, you tap dance and you don't know what your calling is. And I said, God's sitting there trying to give you a revelation of what you're supposed to be doing, but you hucklebucking and tap dancing like a fool. So, you know, yeah, like I said, praise the Lord with your dance, praise the Lord with your songs and all that. But I said, but also understand how the spirit of discernment, man, and knowing what he's trying to get you to see, what he's trying to get you to do. You feel me? So that's why I tell people, man, all the time, like, uh, you can jump off the roof of church. It ain't gonna change nothing. I said, maybe God's trying to get you to understand something different. I didn't get this revelation this morning by jumping off the roof and running around the house crazy, speaking in tongues. I don't gotta do it. I said, bro, you could just be sitting there minding your business. God will show up to you in a dream, and he'll just be speaking to you, or he'll show up to you in the morning. Man, God done spoke to me so many times using animals, bro. That's crazy. Looking out my window and seeing the birds is out there. I said, we be worried about everything. I'm gonna get to y'all stuff in a little bit. I'm gonna answer y'all question, y'all, but I just gotta get this off my chest. I said, the birds out there ain't worried about no worms. Birds ain't worried about where they get their water for a bath. All them birds was dipping and diving in the creek, taking their little morning baths and stuff, man, picking worms and finding scraps. And I said, the scripture said the birds and the animals don't worry about where their next meal come from. So why I gotta worry about that? It said, don't worry about your tomorrow. It's very hard. It's easier said than done that the Bible say that when you ain't got bills. You got bills, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I trust God, you feel me? And so God somehow makes everything work out. And so now God took care of me so much that I don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff no more, you know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of my revelation, man, watching the animals and watching the lions. The lions ain't worried where the gazelles come from. It's just gonna come here. You feel me? They can find it. So I said, that's kind of how I look at it. And that's why I base a lot of my music off of nature, because very inspirational, very inspiring, you know what I'm saying? And we can definitely learn something from creation, you know what I'm saying? Let me read this stuff. So what's up, boy? I was able to drive by, see the church today. It was an honor. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up, man. Yeah, it's one of a kind. It's one of the only good things in this city. I said, bro, one of the only gems to come out the city, man, is this ministry. Everything else sucks. But yeah, man, it's an honor. Definitely is, bro. We've been at that location since 2009, man. We've been there for almost 20 years, y'all. Y'all believe it? I remember we moved in that building, bro. That's like almost 20 years, y'all. I've been playing music for almost 20 years. I don't even realize it. 18 years now. Like I said, I've been doing this music a long time, and I always had big plans and big thoughts for it. But I was thinking about it more in my perspective, and kind of just like I want to put it out there. And I said, well, it can be profitable. Okay, cool. And then it's like God told me to, so I'm like, okay, well, it's fine. But I said, I don't think I was understanding the bigger picture of what God was telling me. And so now I look at it, I'm just like, no, God's definitely, truly what I believe. Like I said, I'm not one person that said God said and God's gonna do. I really do believe that He is gonna use this man to solve world problems. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, man, all over the world, people speak different languages, but everybody communicates through music. Everybody communicates through frequency. You know what I'm saying? And music makes you, it has a way of opening you up, man, and touching your heart. You know what I'm saying? That's why in a sad movie, when there's a heartwarming moment, they're not gonna play heavy metal in that moment, because I'm like, heavy metal don't go with the sound. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When you trying to have when the music is happy and everybody's in joyous occasion, they're not gonna play sad strings and all, because they don't go with it. It's like everything has a reason. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I make the music that I make, when I'm making ambient music and piano music, I think about streams, meadows, birds in the trees. You know what I'm saying? Bees on flowers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about, because it sets the tone in the mood. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said every body in the world loves music. You know, everybody in the world loves piano. It don't matter what color you is, man. All over the world they got pianos, so people can communicate. You might not understand what they saying with their language, but and I don't need to communicate music, because I understand music. You know what I'm saying? I understand the beautiful sound when I hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at it kind of like just doing it for fun and doing it to get somewhere. But I'm like, now I'm realizing that this music is probably going to solve a lot of world issues. You know what I'm saying? I said people can walk around hateful and spiteful all they want to. I said once the anointing is on music, see, people think ministry is just getting up on a microphone preaching. Like, no, it ain't. I said, bro, ministry is doing anything that God told you to do, whether it's music or whether it's hospitality. You know what I'm saying? Gifts of the Spirit don't just come on the microphone, you weirdos. That's why we trying to tell you idiots. And that's why they ain't reaching nobody, because they ain't supposed to be doing it, because they're not operating in the true gift of the Spirit. But honestly, man, guess what people hear? See, people can hear anybody out there on the corner preaching word. I said, but, they might not necessarily come up here. You know what I'm saying? But when they hear music, everybody love music. Saved people, unsaved people, Christian, Buddhist, atheists, anybody, man. It don't matter. Everybody love music. You know what I'm saying? That was so many times, man, I went out there playing my music on the street. People didn't know who I was. They never seen me before. Didn't know who my peoples is. They don't know us like that. And I wasn't out there representing like, yeah, part of Destiny Ministries band and Stephen Darby's son and all. I ain't doing none of that. I just was out there playing, you know, on a casual day. Everybody's out there with their spouse, their kids, just having love, romantic time, and just getaway time. It's peaceful. People be sitting on the bridge, man. Some couple came up just dance. He came up dancing with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like just tangoing and stuff like that. I was setting the mood. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care because you Christian or not Christian or no. They don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole world communicates through music. There was no such thing as there was only one race that was coming up and talking to me about it. All ethnicities came up and was like, yo, man, this is so good. This is so nice. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians, everybody came up. It was like, bro, I love this. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I realized in the world. I said, bro, we all communicate through some type of frequency, which is music. Every culture, every tribe, even if they ain't got technology, they got stuff they beat on to where they make rhythms. Everybody in the world communicates to that. So that's why I'm thinking like, we got to start thinking the bigger picture. Now, like I said, the Bible says it's a time for war and it's a time to fight. So, like I said, when we got to fight, we got to get violent. We got to do what we got to do. I said, but honestly, man, I think a lot of stuff, man, God is in the music. And when people hear that music, they can be angry all they want to. But it's like when you hear that anointing and that softness in that music, you can't, like, that's the reason why they don't do hits, listening to ambient music or worship music, because that don't go with it. You can't listen to Kirk Franklin and go shoot up the block, like, unless you listen to Stomp, maybe. Probably listen to Stomp. So, you know what I'm saying? I said, other than that, I said, everything else, I said, bro, because it's not designed for that. That's why people be ready to go do stuff, and then they hear like a nice tune that takes your mind off of it, calms you down. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how you say that, because I'm actually a filmmaker. Oh, word, and understand how music and visuals. Right. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I told people. I said, if you're not in the what in the world, if you're not in the entertainment industry, or like if you're not, I don't want to say entertainment industry, but more like a creator industry. Because like I said, whether you're a musician or you're a filmmaker, videographer, or whatever, I said, see, we are very creative. And so that's why I said people don't understand your work. Like people will watch a movie and they'll appreciate it, but they don't understand the process that goes into making the film. Like they just used to seeing the camera switch, and then it's the next scene is they have no idea the angles, they have no idea camera 9, camera 15, the filters, the color grading. They have no idea all the stuff that goes into it. They just know a high definition picture when they see it, but they don't know what goes into it. That's why I said they don't understand. Like everything has to be on cue. Cue this film. Cue this camera. Cue this cut. Like do this fade. Like everything has to be for the person that has a passion for it because that's your calling. You feel it. That's why I said most musicians, I don't know how it really is with filmmaking because I'm not really a filmmaker. I do my little thing, but that's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't doing music, honestly, I would be doing filmmaking. I really would because I love videography stuff. I love like putting stuff together. It just takes a lot of time that I don't always have. And I'm more focused on, I put my music to visuals. That's kind of more like what I do. But if I can shoot movies and do, oh man, I love that stuff. I love doing that. It's a lot of work. It's just not where my field is right now. When I get some more free time, when the music takes off and is more successful and I'm bored, I guess, because I'm doing it, maybe I'll work on that because I also want to go back to painting and doing art. I used to be real good at sketching. I was a real good artist, man, when I was younger, but it wasn't my thing, so I didn't stick with it, and so now it's gone. I don't really have it no more because I'm like, man, I just want to focus on the music. Music is art. And that's why I said most musicians will tell you, you can feel the pain in somebody's song. You can feel the emotion and soul. That's why gospel music gets me every time because I grew up off gospel. You know what I'm saying? And so when I used to not like, we called it granny music because granny was always playing that stuff in her car. You know what I'm saying? Daddy was always playing like the more 90s gospel and then like the, like the original Kirk Franklin, Fred Hammond, Marvin Sapp, stuff like that, basic, Kurt Carr, stuff like that. So it was kind of like, yeah, but then we got like the little Mississippi Mass Choir and that old timey churchy religious type music. And we called it granny music because that's what she liked. And at first I thought that stuff was corny. I said, man, this is corny. This is granny old music. I said, man, that stuff fly now because you don't hear that stuff no more. I said, bro, Mississippi Mass Choir fly because you don't hear things like that no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said that. I used to not really like that old, that dun, dun, dun. I used to not like it, but I'm like, nah, man, that stuff is fly, dude. You know what I'm saying? I love when I hear that, man. And that's why they know in church, that's why the Bible said, like, worshiping with this and worshiping with that. And that's what they doing, man. Hit the cymbals, hit the notes. You hear the guitar, you just hear everybody doing their thing and everybody's playing their part. It works perfectly. Because, again, it sets the mood. Now, some people will take that and use it and abuse it to try to get the collection plate full. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, they can, because, again, you can, I'm not telling people, like, when people do that, like I remember Daddy didn't really like a lot of that stuff. That's why he never had an organist. We never really did that playing behind him. When he's like, we ain't do it. It don't mean that the spirit wasn't there. It don't mean that it wouldn't work. It just means that he didn't really like it because he saw a lot of it. Because some of it can be theatrics. But even if it's theatrics, it don't mean that it's not still good or the spirit ain't there. It's just sometimes people are not looking at it like that and they looking at it as, oh, this is just church. It's like, nah, he was trying to get you to understand this is deeper than just church. So that's why he didn't really do a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Because he liked to kind of get his point out and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the spirit works too. You know what I'm saying? Some people it's for and then some people it ain't, But like I said, man, when you got a real art, man, a real knack for it, I can hear the pain and creativity that it takes somebody to make a song. That's why R&B, soul music originates from gospel. That's why I say gospel is the greatest genre of all time because all genres originate from that. So when you hear soul music is just a recreation of gospel, which soul music pretty much mutated and turned into R&B, which is where we get trap soul and stuff now. Like all of that pretty much branched off of gospel, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said you can still feel the soul-y, churchy, nice little good feel, because again, it's got the same thing, you know what I mean? And so that's why I said when I make my music, I'm putting my soul into it. That's why we call it soul music, And that's why you can feel the frequencies and you can feel the I don't really know the words you call it, but it's like you just feel it, you know what I'm saying? And I say when you're a musician, and most musicians know what I'm talking about. If you're not a creator, then you don't really know. But, people that's in that creativity space, they can definitely understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's why it takes a musician to know a musician, a filmmaker to know a filmmaker, an artist to know an artist. Because people that's not in the industry, they're not going to really understand. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not in the cooking industry. I don't know how people sit there and waste their time cooking. I don't know how you do it. But some people, that's just, they love doing it. I do not love getting my hands greasy. I do not like waiting 30 minutes to heat something up and cut things up and freeze it and then marinate it. I don't like that, but some people, they do, because I'm not in that industry. It's not my thing. But I said, man, I know one thing we all do, man. One thing we like is music. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got different tastes in it. Like I said, music can break down the hardest of the hardest people, bro. I'm trying to tell you. What's up, Becky? But music definitely can break down the hardest of the hardest people, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. Like I said, man, I was watching something today, man, just with the guy. He hooked up the piano to his wife's belly, his pregnant belly, and she had on headphones, and he said playing a song for our baby. You know what I'm saying? And he was playing this beautiful, like, him being piano piece, beautiful, man. I wasn't even trying. I was just scrolling. I wasn't even looking for that. That's why I said. That's why I tell people go scroll on your timeline, man. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to watch people get beat up on Instagram sometimes because they run their mouth. But I said, but sometimes, man, you want to watch something different, man. Like watch some influential stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like why you never know what you're gonna see, and especially when it comes to music, that's the stuff that pop up on. I got like 7 different Instagrams because they all go for different stuff that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But mainly when I'm on my piano channel, which is why I post like a lot of music. Most stuff is music reels, and that's the stuff I love. I follow a lot of people like it. Hold on, what I said. Yeah, Street 33, you know this. That's how I feel about today's hip hop music. Yeah, people criticize violence, negativity that's being highlighted, but they don't realize the highlight. Right, that's why I said music, man, was creative. See, they done took it now. And like, even when they do drill music, man, I'm like, of course, it'd be wicked, but they be creative with how wicked they can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard a UK drill artist, they some of the worst I ever heard, man. They worse than our American drill music. And it's the way they had said it. They was putting in like euphemisms for stuff, and like Buddy said, he said, yeah, dude got shanked in his head. It must hurt when he sleep on a pillow at night. I said, dang man, that's wicked, but that was creative. I said, dang, that was creative. You know what I'm saying? It was like bars. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people like King Von, man, because King Von, like, he was one of the wickedest ever. But it's the way he would put his tunes, he put his rhymes. It was like, dang, bro, it was like how he said like it. I'm like, bro, that was wicked, but it was like, dang, the way he said it was kind of like I was like bars though, but it's like, man, it's bad. It's real bad, you know what I'm saying? Like he said that was a dude on the op side called Can't Get Right. And so he had got smoked. And so he said, yeah, now he the original. He said, can't get right, can't never get right now. I said, oh my God, that's wicked. I said, bro, that's wicked. I said, dang, man. I said, yo, why he worded like that? Because it was the way he did it, bro. And then one of the other guys, man, he said it was 2 ops, man, that was talking crazy. He said dude was doing all that talking, he ain't even make it. And he said the other one got shut up at a party, started Harlem shaking. I said, oh my God. And I said, bro, you can't admit these ain't bars, but I'm like, yo, that's not good. But it's like they created with the wrong energy, man. They got that wicked energy. I said, bro, if they would have just turned it around, you know what I'm saying? They can do a lot of good with it, you know, but it's not popular to turn it around. Conscious rap ain't popular, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said I just took my creativity and turned it into something good, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, you know, I've been focused on a lot of the music, man, you know what I mean? But like I said, the guy hooked up the piano to his wife's pregnant belly and was just playing it. It was nice, man. It was beautiful. And that's why I said music can be used for all type of stuff. This is why I like piano music and ambient music, because it can be used for anything. It can be used for worship music, calming music, therapy, you know what I'm saying, sleep, um, mood setting, like set the mood, stuff like that. Um, you know, you don't realize how many people turn on music and just cry. Like they just need to get it out their system and off their chest and stuff. And they'll just turn on something just because they had a long day. They had a hard day, you know what I'm saying? You know, people be ready to do some irrational stuff, like some very irrational stuff, and then they'll go listen to a song, man. There was times, man, I was at the job, I was about to fight everybody, but that one day I was having such a bad day. Yo, I was so pissed off, I had to put on Mississippi Mass Choir, because I said if I didn't, somebody at the job was going to get folded. I'm not lying to y'all, bro. I had 2 bosses. I said, when I get back to the office, I'm going to fold y'all. Because they just kept doing stuff, bro. They made the day so difficult. They just didn't like them. It was so bad because they had us up from the peak of dawn, and we didn't get home, I think, all the way to almost like 9 at night. And it was so bad. I said, bro, they purposely kept us out all day, man. And I said, yeah. And on the way back, I put on Mississippi Mass Choir. Old time religion. Yeah, that's my jam, bro. I played that song on live, y'all, probably like 200 times. I love that song because that song got me through some ups and downs. I don't know how to put on my granny music because I said when I go back to this job and if they look at me with that smug face, I'ma slap them. So I had to put on the old time Mississippi Mass Choir. That's the only good thing that ever came out of Mississippi is that choir, bro. Because they done helped me get through some stuff. I'm trying to tell you. My great music will bring people together. I was young, listening to music, but you know, anybody, yeah. That's why I try to tell you. I said, bro, you ever notice though there are wholesome moments, and this is why I tell people in the comments, like, man, shut up with all that rage baiting and race baiting. Stop doing that stuff. I said, bro, some things are okay. We speak the truth. We understand a lot of going on, but I said everything is not a race thing or a rage thing. Like, bro, some things are just wholesome. You know what I'm saying? There are good times where all ethnicities will come and join in with some music, and then here comes some nigga in the comments, nah, see, because, you know, we black people started first. Like, bro, we not doing it right now. We ain't doing that. Stop. Every time somebody doing some dance, well, we was the originators. Oh, nigga, shut up, shut up. Like they always come and ruin the moment. You feel me? It's always like some racist or some weirdo coming there and just they start stuff. It's like, yo, let us have a wholesome moment. This is one good time. Everybody's getting along. There's no negative comments until you come here. Like people just be miserable with their life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, bro, this is the one thing that really does bring everybody together. This is why I said church should be multicultural. Church, there should be no such thing as black church, a white church, or Hispanic church, or whatever, unless you like in a certain dominant area of a country. You know what I'm saying? Like some countries, of course, mainly if you're in Africa, you're gonna obviously have more African churches than anybody else. But I said, but church, especially in the United States, church is supposed to be a very interracial, multicultural place. We all love the same God, so I don't know why we all separated and split up. That is so stupid. Most segregated time of day is Sunday service. That baffles me. I'll never understand it. Never will understand it. You know what I'm saying? I said, because honestly, man, that's what brings us together. And I said, God is in the music, man. That's why when I do music, and I kept wondering why people kept telling me all this time, they was like, bro, your music, like, you don't understand. And again, I just thought people was kissing up because people will say that all the time. And so I'm like, man, y'all just kissing up because I'm so used to doing it. So I'm like, man, y'all say anything to flatter me. Y'all just, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that good because I don't have the best software like the top engineers do. And I'm like, no, you actually do. It's the same stuff. And when I looked at the same stuff they was using, I'm using that too. You know what I'm saying? It takes a minute for me not to listen to it for a long time until I turn it on again. Because when I have to mix and master, I got to play a track like 200 times. So you got to play it back and rewind it back. And you got to, you know, and sometimes you do get exhausted hearing it. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear the finished product, it's nice. It's cool. Like, you're like, oh, this is great. But I'm like, it's just, I'm used to it. So sometimes when I give it a break for some months or so, you know what I'm saying, I listen to it again. I said, oh, snap, that's cool. I'm like, oh, man, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember doing some of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, again, I'm so used to doing it, you know? And this is what everybody kept saying. They was like, yo, I ain't never heard nobody, like, play the way you do. I ain't never heard nobody, like, produce how you do. You know what I'm saying? And I said, people just said it because they want you to feel good. I said, no, they really mean that. Like, they was like, I've never seen nobody doing what you doing. You know what I'm saying? And so I kept wondering why people were saying that. And I told y'all this morning, I kind of had a revelation. And I said, I really think that that a lot of this, man, is going to deal with world issues. I really think that, man. I said, how you know God's not going to take your music and deal with a lot of world topics? I told you, man, you don't, like, who was that, man, that played was it David David played the harp for Saul when Saul was having trouble, when Saul was troubled, David played the harp, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was somebody else in the Bible that did that same thing, man. And they was able to, like, soften the king's heart or something. I don't know, I might be mistaken. But you don't know the impact that music can have, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea right. You have no idea what it could do. You know what I'm saying? It can really change a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's funny because somebody else wrote into to me and my brother. So they wrote into my brother a long time ago, and we had came out with like a little small album together, and me, him, and a drummer dude. And this guy said his son got real bad. I think it was like schizophrenia. And he was like, yeah, it's hard to calm him down. He don't listen to nobody. He said, I put your music on, man. He calm. Like he's cool. He ain't all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said like music does have healing capabilities because God is in music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why, and that's why I said I was wondering, like, we seeing the world just getting worse, and it's just, you know what I'm saying? Now, I said if there's a time we gotta be violent and fight, if God wants us to stand up and fight, then we gonna do that. I got no issues being violent for the Lord, believe me. I got no issues having to flip you like Jesus did, you feel me? I don't care. But I said I really think before it gets to a lot of that, like, this is the calming through the storm, I really think this is gonna help a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I said, you never know, man, when I'm on my streams every single time, dude. But, like I said, man, I was before I moved from Louisville, I would play outside all the time, like down there at the downtown walking bridge. And there was this woman, man, she walked up. She was like, I don't know why. She said, I can hear you way back there. She said, I almost start crying and don't even know why I start crying. She said, I just heard this beautiful sound. And I said, girl, stop being flattering. Like, you just being flattering. She said, no, it's like, it was so good. She said, man, you really touched me with that. I don't even know what I was even playing. It was just like something basic. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like something real basic. And then, like, I think a couple of weeks after that, there was a shooting down there. I was gonna go out there that Saturday, but I chose not to because I was like, well, I'll just get, because I was out there almost every day, and I chose not to go down there. And I think it was 4 people got shot, and I think 3 of them died, man. 3 youngins, 3 young kids, man. They teenagers, they died. You know what I'm saying? And I said, dang, that's tragic. You know what I'm saying? And so I went out there, I think like a couple of days later, and some woman came up to me. She said, I'm not gonna lie. She said, I was scared to come out here because I heard what happened the other day. And she said, I was nervous when I was down here. She said, I heard your music all the way back here. And she was like, yo, she was like, it really calmed me down. It really made me calm and it soothes my anxiety and stuff. That's really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jones? That's just what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say that stuff feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? To to get done. You know. So that's why I say I got a lot of music I ain't produced yet. But I got a lot more, man, I've been thinking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said I'm so serious when it comes to this, man. I'm about to expand my libraries and stuff. I got to buy some more storage because, bro, I done ran out of storage on my computer. That's how much music I got, yo. This is a huge computer with like a lot of storage. I done ran out of storage because I done made so much stuff over the last 2, 3 years. So yeah, a lot of my storage, man, is booked. I gotta get more. You know what I'm saying? I think I gotta get something like a terabyte worth of storage because whatever I had on there at first, man, I got I think maybe like 15, barely even like 15 gigabytes left. You know, so I done used them all. So I said, yeah, man, I just been all over the place with it, but um, definitely gonna get some more, man. Definitely gonna get this finished. Um, but now I said, man, I really do think this is gonna change a lot of world issues. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all music takes down the hardest person, bro. I was sitting there today, man. Again, I don't know if it's like, cause sometimes, man, like, there's just sometimes you need to just get it out. There's sometimes, man, like I said, it's a good thing. Like, it's not necessarily meaning you're stressed or it's bad. It's just sometimes it means like, hey, man, like I might a long way, man. I used to be stressed all the time, or my life was almost gone. I could have been dead several times. So sometimes you just reflect on your life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said sometimes people don't even know what they feeling until it come out. That's why they tell people when you go get a massage and you get like chiropractor treatment and like more like a spa day or stuff. They say it's usually normal for people to be emotional because that's your body releasing a lot of that stress and that tension that you was built up. You know what I'm saying? Like some people they do start crying because again that's normal. You know what I'm saying? And so like I said, I was just scrolling this morning. I didn't plan on this. That's why I didn't plan on having a revelation this morning. I was just scrolling and listening to something. I was listening to the guy that was playing for his baby, hooked up the stuff to his wife's stomach. And then I looked at the rest of his stuff, man. And then he had something with his dad on there. His dad that played like the first note. It's a black guy. His dad that played the first note, and then he went and played the rest. It switched to him playing the rest. And it's all in like the same key, like the same note key. And then, like I said, he went to another one. Um, this one was called "Love You, Mama." It was nice. And he was playing same key and stuff. He had his wife on the background. She was like kind of like sleep on the couch, and his kids is all up on the couch just playing around. And I guess she woke up and was playing with him too. He has these nice like this nice pad in the background like that, like this nice ambient sound with like nature sounds and like it's a whole bunch of ambience and stuff. And he's just playing this beautiful piano, man. And it's just dun, 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 dun. Like, bro, it's like it. The frequency, you can tell the frequency is so pure, man. It's so pure. You know what I'm saying? And I said, bro, that even got me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like I said, I'm a Negro, bro. I don't fold, man. But I said, there's just some stuff. Music does that. Music will always get you. Because I was already listening to some gospel music before, and gospel music is one of the only genres that will break me. Like, it gets me. And so then I heard that. I said, bro, that got me this morning. I'm sitting there wiping away. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you, man? What are you homo? What's wrong with you? Like, why you acting like that? I said, nah, man, it's like, dude, like, that's that, because I realized, like, bro, it was uncontrollable. Like, I couldn't really control that. It's just sometimes that's what music will do, man. Like, music will hit you right there. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what brought up to my mind. I said, bro, music can break. Because I'm like, nah, man, I'm hard up. I said, bro, music will break the hardest people. And that's when I thought about it. I said, bro, that might be a revelation right there. Music will break the hardest people. It's like that. So I said, bro, it's you know what I'm saying? That's why I said a true musician. I told people if you're not emotional as a musician, you're not a musician. It's not called soul for no reason. It's called you have to really put your soul in it, man. That's why R&B music and soul music makes people cry because it's like it's literally has that frequency in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said if you're not emotional, almost emotional like when you're doing music, then you're not a real artist. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's almost like it's the same thing when they say a chef. Like if you ain't putting no love in your food, then it's like then you ain't a cook. Like it's you're not a cook. Then you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's like it, but it definitely feels good, man, to experiment with my music, man. And I got a lot of ideas, and that's the thing about a musician, man. You got so many ideas, but you don't have all the time right now to do them. And then like you don't know how to do some stuff. Like I got advanced stuff I don't know how to do. And I'm just like, dang, man, that sucks, you know? I be hearing music in my dreams, yo. I be hearing music in my sleep. You feel me? Like, I don't have so many dreams where I got a cold song, a cold piece. I'm just like, dang, bro, that's going to sound cold when I make it. And then I'll wake up and I'll try to do a voice recording of it to remind myself. And then when you go back to sleep and you wake up, you try to listen to it again, man, that's like a bunch of crap. Like, I don't even know what that is. I'm just like, dang, it don't sound nothing like what I thought, man, what I heard in my dream. And that's frustrating because I'm like, I can't make it right then and there. So I'm just like, dang, man, like this is great to have this gift, but it also sucks when you can't do what you want to do, like when you hear it, you know what I mean? But now I thought about that today. I said this is what's gonna change a lot of the world, man. Them frequencies, these sounds and stuff. That's why I'm like, I know it's gonna cost a ton of money with my upgrade, because this stuff ain't cheap, yo. I was looking up this stuff, man. Some of these bruhs like $450 each. Like these are not cheap, yo. And so there's some new pianos I want to get. Um, there's some ambient pads and stuff I want to get. Yo, if I total up all the new stuff I want to get together, this is probably about 3-4 grand worth of stuff. And this is just like the stuff I've seen so far. I ain't including everything else I want. So I'm like, yo, this stuff is not cheap. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I tell you. Like, Daddy spent a couple of grand, man, when it came to doing his music, man, because he understood like this stuff ain't cheap, man. You got to invest. He kept saying invest. And I said, I got to invest my money. I said, I believe God gonna bring it right back. I'm gonna make it right back. But this stuff ain't cheap, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you can just walk up and get a free subscription. Like, nah, man, this stuff costs money. And so I'm like, I know it'll pay off, but I said, really, what it'll pay off? I love the money that come with it. I said, but really what I love more, man, is bringing people to smiles. I love the view count. I like that more, because it's just like, it's showing me that it's reaching people. Like, what good is it if you making money? Okay, cool, you making money, but you only making money off people in the city. I don't want to just make money off people in the city. I want to make it worldwide. Because I'm like, then it's showing me that my brand is reaching more than just her. So I'm like, yeah, I can advertise it in Louisville, but why would I? I want to advertise it everywhere else because I want people overseas. That's my new goal now. I don't care about Americans. I want my stuff overseas, man, because people overseas appreciate music way more than we do. You know what I mean? So that's why I said, like, man, this is gonna be big. I do believe it's gonna reach and help a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I thought about that today. I said, man, because again, I remember posting something. Like I said earlier on my other stream, I posted something on my Facebook, my piano Facebook, and people will take your stuff and repost it. I was getting a lot of views, bro. I still get a lot of views off it. And because you underestimate Facebook. Facebook gets you the most views really more than anything else. That's a great advertisement site. Everybody advertises they business on Facebook. It works better than TikTok and Instagram, for real, if you ask me. Honestly, it works better. Even YouTube works better than YouTube. It's crazy. I think Facebook is probably the best one out of all of them. Weird, because Facebook is kind of bland, but anyway, somebody had took my post and reposted it on their profile. And like I said, I usually click on people's profiles to see who they are because I'm curious to know like who listens to my stuff. And it was some far right conservative, you know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not knocking people because they conservative or they liberal. But I said, but he was like far right. Like, I mean, his whole page was nothing but just far right stuff. And it looked bad, man. But it was pro ICE and pro everything. I'm like, he just looked terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I don't want him associated with my stuff because I don't want people to think I'm with that either. You know what I'm saying? But even he knew when he heard a nice sound, he had to repost it. You know what I'm saying? Because, far right people usually act like they're Christian. You know what I'm saying? But he heard the sound and read the caption, and even it was captivating enough for him to be like, yeah, I want to repost. That's why I told you, music can reach everybody. They might not be all the way right, but I'm like, but they understand like it's something that they like. That's one thing we all can have in common, man. We all like our music. You know what I'm saying? I said that would definitely, you know, I think this is gonna change a lot of the world. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, I just gotta produce it and put it out there. A lot of it's already out there. I just gotta advertise it better, But that's just kind of where my mindset is being. You know what I'm saying? But who's still in here? I don't even know who's in here, man. YouTube lying to me about my numbers again. So I got that tune stuck in my head, man. It's so nice. You know what I'm saying? I even seen this new keyboard, man, that I want. It's this keyboard I play at my church in San Antonio. Beautiful, man. Nice sounding. It's got like these real piano grand type sounds, you know what I'm saying? So I actually want to invest into really buying one of those because I can use those for a lot. I can use them for a recording, or I can also use them like when I go out on the street and play, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be very, I think it's going to come in handy. Definitely going to come really good in handy, you know what I'm saying? Because I keep seeing everybody now on tour and on stage, they got those same type brand pianos. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to use those. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all come in here and keep going out, man? If y'all going to come in here and stay in here and like the stream, why I got 10 people and 3 likes? But y'all fools don't know how to hit the like button? Keep saying people keep doing that, man. You're in and out, man. Keep coming in and then dropping out. If you don't want to stay on the live stream, why you click the live stream? Like the stream, I get out. It's weird, man. You a bunch of unstable niggas, man. Y'all be weird. That's how I know I got spies on me. Y'all be weird. That's probably why my numbers keep changing all the time, man. People keep jumping in and out. Like, bro, if you gonna come in for a little bit and then leave. Like, stop coming in there and jumping out. Why you click on the screen then? What you think we doing over here? I think people be doing it to see if they find you doing something wrong, so they can talk about it. Y'all niggas be weird. Quit jumping in and out, man. Stay or leave. Don't come back. Don't do that stuff. Y'all be throwing my numbers off, man. And then I think that's what be making YouTube say I got 0 people. It'd be like 5 people there. YouTube would say 0 people there. Probably because y'all keep doing that stuff. Stop doing it. Mm. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know. That's why my mindset being that, man. That's why I said I've been kind of focused on that. Um, Definitely want to do more of that. Like I said, it's like when you get motivated, man. Honestly, when you get motivated, you will spend all types of money, man. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm ready to spend a couple of grand to do this. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta trust that it's gonna pay off and you're gonna make it back. That's why I said I don't do music for money, man. I do it for fun. I just love doing it. That's how it always works because I don't do it for a fee. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something that I love to do. So I'm like, I don't mind investing in my craft. I already invested a lot of money into this now. So I said I'm gonna invest a whole lot more in it. You know, I'm about to get the top notch sounds. Like I want my music sounding way better. Like my music now, it's good, but it's gonna be crap compared to my new stuff. Like my new stuff is gonna be way better. So I just been giving myself a little couple of months to, relax and regenerate. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of overdoing it. You know what I mean? So I ain't really worked on a lot of music in a while, which is nice. I needed to give myself a break. But I feel like I'm ready to kind of get back on it, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's been long enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really stop. That's why you see, have you ever noticed y'all see these rappers that'll say they retiring, a musician will come out and say they're retiring, and then they'll do it for a little bit, then they come back? Because you can't retire what you love doing. It's hard, bro. You can't do it. You feel me? What's up, Nicole? I said you can't really retire what you love doing. You feel me? They was talking about all of them was retiring, man. J. Cole, Nicki Minaj, some other weirdos was over talking about they was gonna retire, then they always come back. Like, bro, because you can't stop doing music. This is your thing. Like, you can't stop the very thing that you love doing. You feel me? I said it's very hard to stop something you've been doing for years. That it's pretty much the only thing you know and the only thing that you're good at. What you gonna do if you ain't doing it? I can tell y'all right now, I'm retiring from piano. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. you know, it would be very hard for me. Now, bro, I tried it because I remember I was pissed off when I was younger because we always had to play in church. And then, like, Daddy make you mad doing music because he was just such a brute sometimes. And so he make you not want to do it. So I was like, man, I don't even want to do this, man. And I think I tried to stop doing music for the longest. I couldn't, bro. Like, you can't stay away from the piano. You can't stay away from making beats. It's just what you do. You feel me? Um, so, like I said, that's my mind frame on it. Everybody else might think differently. I be different. That's fine, whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? That's why I told you earlier. I said, this is one of the reasons that I'm calling this channel quits. Because I'm focused on things like that. Like I'm not looking to fight. I'm not looking to argue with niggas no more. And I ain't looking to go back and forth with a bunch of knuckle draggers. Like, bro, I got bigger and better plans, man, that I'd rather be doing. Stuff that is more important, man, that's gonna help people, not sit here and tear people down, you feel me? So I'm not gonna waste my life and my talents being on the internet arguing with a bunch of weird fools. You know what I mean? I can just put my talents and my work to use, and go where you love, man. You ain't got to hang around people that's weird. You ain't got to associate with them. Negroes are attention whores, man. Everybody was a freaking attention whore because they want somebody to pay them attention. I'm not paying you no attention. I said, bros, go on about your business and live your life. And that's why I've been living my life and doing what I want to do the last couple of months. And that feels great. I ain't never had an answer to none of y'all. And pretty soon I ain't got never seen none of y'all again if I don't want to. So I said, I'm just doing my thing. You feel me? And that feels nice. Because I said my future and my business that I'm thinking about does not revolve around any of y'all. To be honest, it does not revolve around any of y'all. This is the future for unknowns, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm thinking about. So, like I said, you want to be a part of it. If you cool, then be cool and be a part of it. I said, but other than that, like, believe me when I tell you, I don't need you. Because the people I'm about to have anyway is going to be better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't worried about it. You feel me? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. So it's gonna feel good. Not walking around talking to this phone no more. Not doing no more live streams. I can finally focus on what I want to focus on full time. You hear me? So I need a beat. This song God gave me. When you come to the right place, I show sells lots of beats. I got plenty. I got a lot of them. I gotta get rid of, man. I got so many of them. That's why I've been putting a lot of work in with this music. Even I thought I was just doing live streams, musical live streams for fun and stuff. I said, nah, man, because I've been turning a lot of that into my short form content. Imagine having to start a channel and then you got to make the content and then you got to upload it and stuff. That's really exhausting. You know what I'm saying? You got to make all your content and then upload. I said, I already got stuff that I've been doing for like the last 2 years that I just clip it and upload it. So all I got to do is just pull up a stream, or pull up a session I was doing and just clip it and then upload it. Like, some people got to make new piano pieces daily. Or they got to learn new stuff and then upload it and you don't get no views, or it takes a while for your profile to grow. Sometimes they say you might have to post up to like 3-4 times a day. Imagine you got to take 3 or 4 different videos a day and then upload. That's exhausting. All I got to do is just go on my old streams, my 300 something streams I got, and just take a clip of what I like on there and then take another clip, and that's it. All the work is done. I just got to clip it and just upload it. You know what I'm saying? And that's nice. It's nice to have multiple not complications, but content. You know what I'm saying? So, what's that burning? Somebody got a fire pit going? It smell like trees. Ugh. Oh, they got a fire pit going on back here. Now that smell good. They must be cooking food back here. That smells good. That's why I said I got a lot of these ideas in my head, man. I wanna get out, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna feel good never doing a live stream like that no more. In the future, maybe come out with another channel where I restart it and pick up where I left off on this one, because I don't want my name tied to this one no more. I can't stand it no more. So, but no, I'm gonna do some me time, man. Do my music time and travel and go do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do these live streams like that no more. No more vlogs, no more videos, no more live streams, no more having to reply to comments or answer DMs or emails or none of that, which I don't even do that stuff anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it ain't like I was really gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But, the ones that you don't answer, they comment or they DM, then they won't come over here in your live stream. And now they won't talk to you because that's the only way they're gonna get a response. And you don't respond to them there, and they just keep coming in here with different profiles, weirdos. I don't think people realize, like, talking is not the future, man. Doing is the future. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be cool. I don't want to chop it up. I don't want to love you or date you. No. I want to focus on what I need to and do different. So if you ain't going to be in them plans of helping or supporting, I ain't got nothing to say to you. And don't come with this old fake help and support either, because some people do that. There are some people, man, that come over acting like that they like your music, and they really just trying to holler at you and trying to hook up. That's really what it is. It's always some loser woman somewhere trying to shoot their shot. You are not going to shoot your shot. I realize even if I did talk to somebody on this channel, I really don't like y'all, man, because some of y'all just mad weird. That's why y'all come with this whole spiritual stuff all the time, because y'all don't know how to talk to a nigga. Then you try to give somebody a chance, and they be weird. And then you realize why you didn't want to talk to people on your stuff, because people freaking weirdos. Can't hold nothing down in real life, and that's why they won't come and lock them down with a nigga after them ruin their life. They won't come and lock it down with you. And can't even do that. People can't even successfully talk to Negroes now. That's why I said, one thing you can do is not come over here being a fanboy. Don't come over acting like you a fan of my music and you're trying to holler at me, because that won't work. I will not talk to you. I'm gonna go sit over here in this one. Yo, people really did that, y'all. Come on, I'll be blasting your music all the time. I'm playing your music all the time. It ain't because they like it. It's just because they trying to like you. They think it's gonna work. And I say, yeah, well, I appreciate the support, but I'm like, but you're doing the support for a wrong reason. You're not doing it out of a good heart. You're doing it trying to holler at me. What up, Denise? always the ones you don't want to holler, trying to holler. Right? It's the same thing with y'all women. Like, why is it the dudes y'all don't want is the ones in your face? Yeah, nah, it's like it for men too. You gotta deal with some of you weird women, man, because y'all not shut up. That's why I say, the ones that ain't for you, they always talk about your music all the time. I know how a lot of freaks want to shut up about my music. Like, bro, stop talking about that. All they do is come over. I'll listen to your music today. I don't care. I didn't tell you to. I said, well, you know who else listens to people in Malaysia? They listen to it too. I care more about their views than you. Because again, people in Malaysia ain't listening to my music because they're trying to holler at me. They listen to it because it's affecting them in the way they want it to affect them. People try to come over and do business, and they trying to do business, they trying to fall in love with it. They're like, no. That's why they call it not pleasure, business. Business, not pleasure. That's why they say that. Because they know some weird Negro gonna come over and try to fall in love. Like, no matter how many sales you make me, I'm not gonna fall in love with you. I don't like you like that. I wouldn't even date a business partner. That's weird. They come over. I was thinking about you. What are we? I'm thinking about you. Shouldn't be. You should be thinking about making this $1,000 sale. That's what you should be making about. I'm trying to make a bankroll off you, fool. I don't want to love you. I don't got nothing to talk to you about. If you're not gonna come with this money, then I ain't got nothing to say to you. You supposed to be making me money, yay. Coming with your love and your feelings. You don't already messed up. And they wonder why I never do business with some people again, ever. I don't answer DMs. I block people. That's why, because I'm like, you came over wrong, Jack. And the whole reason they did that was because they was trying to holler at you anyway. They trying to get on your good grace. They know that you like your munion, and they trying to make you a little munion. And they think when you do that, I'm gonna come and holler at you. And it don't work. That's why niggas be in your DMs and all up in your emails and everything else, man. They would be weird. I don't even read those. Don't even come correct. Don't even come right. You can't come soft spoken and nice like everybody else. They come freaking weird. And they wonder why they single. You ever thought it's about your approach? How you approach a Negro? Yeah, please. Nobody trying to do all that. That's why I say you supposed to be helping me get this money out, man. When Steve is doing the transaction, he don't care about your feelings. I don't care what color you is, about your feelings, nothing. I don't care what you use it for, man. Just give me my money. That's what I care about. You said you gonna buy for $1,000. Come give me the $1,000, G. I ain't got no conversation. This is a business. You don't go to McDonald's trying to holler at them, talking about, well, I like y'all, and trying to holler for an extra fish fillet. Like, no, man, you pay them their money. You know? And why everybody else understand when it comes to everybody else's business and don't understand you got a business here? I'm not here to chat with you. I gave people a personal, or not a personal, but a business number to chop it up for business only. And Negroes want to turn that into a, yeah, I'm going to Skype you. No, you're not. I won't answer. I promise you I'll never answer if you call me. You keep texting my phone and blowing it up, I would never answer. That's why I say I don't answer people that keep blowing my phone up. I don't answer people that's weird, people that make stuff hard. I don't like you. Females are getting their feelings all the time. I do not like people like that. I purposely unfollow and block people. I don't talk to you no more. That's why I try to tell niggas, like, nah, we didn't stop talking because you wanted to stop. I stopped talking to you because I don't like you. That's why I never hit you up. That's why people try to call me. I never answer. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. People get all offended in their feelings. But be offended in your feelings, I don't care. I don't care about people feeling like it anyway, so whatever. You talking to the wrong black man. I do not care. I'm telling y'all clear as day, y'all. They try to come over here with this business stuff so they can fall in love. That's the only way they're going to get close to you if they talk business. So, what are we? Clarify. What are we doing? Nothing with you, Negro. Niggas be freaks. And then you don't even make a transaction off a Negro. They be in their feelings trying to fall in love. Like, girl, you supposed to make me money. I'm not here for your feelings. I'm here for the money. They can't even do that. This has happened a couple of times, y'all. This happened a couple of times. People weird. People be in their feelings about some, I like you, I love you. No, you don't. Make me some money. It's always the ones you don't want trying to come holler and shoot they shot. You ain't got no shot. Don't ask. That's That's why I say I'm focused on this music, man. I ain't even focusing on y'all. That's why I want to get off this channel. Everybody try to come over with they little freakazoid stuff. Ugh. I won't see no more of y'all pathetic females no more. I mean, I knew women sometimes could be low. I did not know y'all could be this low. Like some of y'all broads are so dumb. Like my gosh, if the definition of being a woman is like you, I'm so glad I ain't one. Some of y'all make me glad every day God gave me male genitalia. Because boy, I'm trying to tell y'all the stuff that y'all do and the way y'all act. Ugh, I would hate to be a woman. I ain't gonna lie to you. Unsufferable, man. Is this what extreme insecurity look like? Blowing up Negroes DMs all day? That is so weird. You need affection and clarification so bad. You a weirdo. People see you don't respond, they still gonna try to send you another message. Like that means that's a universal sign for I don't want to talk to you, nigga. It's been 9 days. Obviously, I don't want to talk to you. People act like, well, maybe it didn't deliver. No, it delivered. I just don't want to talk to you. Duh, I don't even read stuff. Like, bro, I got like 257 unopened messages on my phone right now. Why in the world I want to talk to you for? That's why I said I be trying to tell people don't call me out the blue, don't FaceTime me out the blue, do not message me out the blue. I don't got nothing to say to you. We ain't got no conversation. We are not a thing. I never want to be a thing with you. Cause you see when people even get a chance to even try to talk to you, and then you might be like, well, let's see what's up. What's up with them, and then you see people be acting weird. Everyone's going in and out, and now they scared. They running all like I don't like that stuff, man. I don't like that stuff. That's why I said I'd never talk to nobody from this channel, man, cause y'all some weirdos. That's why I said I know why you in church now. I know why you love going to church all the time, cause you a weirdo that don't deal with your life, and that's why you can't even deal with it. That's why you supposed to hold it down a conversation with somebody can't even do that. That's why I see you try to have a basic conversation with people. Oh, they know my father, they know the scripture, but then when it comes to talking to somebody as a human being, talking as a grown woman, they can't even do that. Too dumb to do that. It's like, dude, y'all so stupid. Y'all are the reason why I'm so glad every day I'm not a woman, because I don't want to act like that. I don't want to act like you. I couldn't imagine being in my feelings over the dumbest stuff every day, all day. That is so stupid. You know when they make jokes about when they say women shouldn't vote, those type of women shouldn't vote. I believe every other woman should. They cool. I said, but them weirdo women, I don't think y'all should vote. Y'all weird, man. We don't need y'all making votes for life changing events. Because, like, y'all see how y'all do with the liberty power you get. Imagine being married to these type people, man. Imagine having to come home to that every day. Having to come home to a nasty nigga or a weirdo, an obsessive one, man. She tracking your location on your social media, man. Looking at your likes, who you like and who you follow. You know you a freak when you do stuff like that. Getting paranoid when you don't answer the phone. Then you over somebody else's house. You cheating. You don't love me. You know you dumb. You know you a dumb woman when you do stuff like that, right? You a dumb man if you do it too. I posted something one time a couple of years ago. I said, yeah. I said you an idiot if you go through your man phone, and I say if he go through your phone, I said he an idiot too. Here comes some sensitive woman. Well, no, that doesn't make it like no. She like, well, nah, my man let me go through my phone. I said, yo, nigga whipped. That's the same nigga that's in his feelings all the time, man. They can get his girl took anytime because he ain't no real man. I said, girl, of course you gonna go through his phone. He a whip nigga. You might like people you can control. Can't control me. That's why I said you'll never go through my phone ever. You don't pay my bill ever. I ain't got nothing to hide. And I'm like, even if I did, you ain't gonna find out because you ain't going through my phone. So you know you insecure when you gotta go through my phone. You know you an idiot when you do that. I ain't never had to go through no woman's phone because I don't even care. You ain't never had a Negro like me, and they honestly tell you they ain't never had nobody like you. So I ain't worried about who you with or who you got on the side. I know people don't because I don't talk to people like that. But I said, but even if you did, he ain't like me. That's why y'all always crying when it come to me. Y'all, I don't have all these women in their feelings crying. Yeah, yeah, that's cause Lil Ray Ray ain't like me. Can't go through nobody's phone, man. You insecure bras, man. Feel like you gotta go through a Negro timeline. You know you weird. Y'all be wondering why y'all incredibly single. I can give you one word, weirdo. That's why you single. Doing things like that. That's why I said people be on the videos every day, man. That's why I literally have to block people, man. I've had to block people from this channel because they comment the same crap every day. It's always some weird thirsty woman. Every single time it's the same comment. Like, bro, stop doing that. Every comment, you're handsome. Oh, I love you. Oh, what you doing? I miss you. They're gonna be weird. Like you don't even know me. You don't even know me, fool. Stop saying it like you know me personally. You don't never have a personal connection with me. I'm starting to think some of y'all women, man, some of y'all got a mental illness too. Just like some of you men, y'all got a mental illness because y'all sure be acting like it. Oh my gosh, man, I don't know how anybody could ever marry y'all, man. Y'all so weird. And then here come people bringing up that, well, nah, it's because people just don't like black women. Because I'm a single mother. Like, no, it's because you a nigga. There are plenty of single black mothers that people would love. They would show wife them up. That's why they always get wiped up because they not weird like you. I talked to a single black mother before. She was cool. She ain't never did that. I mean, she was kind of like, she was shy weird. She wasn't like weird like some of y'all be. She was just more like nervous and stuff like that. And that's why I liked it because she was a little shy type. She took care of her responsibility and went on about her business, and she was cool. Ain't that Negroes don't like single black mothers? And man, Negroes love people like that. Any black woman that mind her business, whether she a single mother or not, people like that. They just don't like niggas like y'all. Strange. You got to blow up somebody's phone. They ain't text you back in 10, 30 minutes and stuff. Now y'all want to blow up somebody's phone with double, triple text messages. Y'all some weirdos, man. I never thought I see women get this desperate. Women will literally see you not respond and still blow up your stuff. Y'all niggas are weird, yo. And they wonder why they get blocked. You don't know the universal sign for leave people alone. Leave us alone. Stay at our DM. Stop writing us because we're not going to read it. We're not going to respond to you. Stop. You a weirdo. Anything outside of what I'm telling you is called witchcraft because you're trying to force your will. Leave a Negro alone, man. Maybe on some low-key stalking stuff, always trying to figure out, pinpoint your location. Then you got people showing up to your job and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, and if you ever do it, I'm going to put hands on you. I'm just telling you that now. I don't care because you're no woman. I ain't never hesitated to put a woman on her neck. So I'm telling you now, if you ever come do that stuff, you're going to be a nigga that day. We don't play that certain groups are safe over here. Like, no, everybody get it. Men get it, women get it, black get it, white get it, LGBT, anybody get it, man, if they come disrespectful. You are not immune from getting whooped. If you disrespect, only if you disrespectful, not just if you a regular bystander, but if you being disrespectful, you're not in a protected class. What's up, peace? You're not in a protected class. Because I'm like, now some of y'all women be weird too, man. Be stalking people, man. Be showing up to Negroes' houses, man, and outside people's jobs. I heard a story, man, where this dude was dating this girl that he met on the job. He had to break up with the girl because she was psycho. This girl showed up to his parents' house and was tapping on his mama's window with a knife. Was tapping on his mama's window with a knife, man, threatening that she gonna cut and kill him and stuff like that. And so he said one day he stayed over his parents' house just to protect him. He said, I think she had came to the door and tried to break the door down. He had opened the door, and she's crazy. She was smearing like I think his name and like feces on the wall, like blood or feces or something. It was weird. Nigga crazy. She was cutting herself. This nigga had a spirit of legion. She was a girl. She was the dude from the Bible cutting herself. Weird. And she tried to run at him with the knife and try to stab him. He socked her. He socked her and knocked her out. And the police came and locked up. She got time for it. And he said him and his family moved out of town, moved out of the city. Because she a weirdo. He said, yeah, she going to get out soon. He was like, I don't even want to be in the same city as her. That's why I said, no, y'all wouldn't be psychos too. Y'all be doing stuff like that. Be showing up the Negroes' addresses. That's why there was some people worried for me on this channel. They said, well, I know you deal with a lot of weirdos and a lot of these weird women. They was like, I'm scared they're going to show up to where you at. And I said, I ain't in the state of Texas for no reason. It's a stand your ground state. We can legally kill a nigga. You come over here like you're well, I don't care. Because you know what? I do not care. People be deadly. They be crazy. I invite you to come to the state of Texas. You ain't going to never leave. I promise you. If you don't want to go back to your city in the body bag, don't come over here harassing people because we can do something to you. Don't do that. Same with Kentucky. We understand your ground state too. We don't play that stuff. That's why I say I ain't never had nobody show up to my door and announce. Never. We ain't white. We don't do that stuff. I be thinking some of y'all women think y'all off limits too. Y'all ain't off limits. You ain't off limits. That's why I say I know they be in here. They be in here with fake profiles, commenting. That's how I know you'll be in here. Y'all be in. That's why I don't never respond to them. People know you don't like him, and still some women y'all got this like rejected thing where y'all find that attractive. Like y'all know nigga don't want y'all, and y'all still pursuing that. Y'all such losers, dude. Y'all weird. So I said I ain't got nothing to say to people. No, you ain't gonna find your spouse so weird. So I said, people are like, I can't tell who's who. Like, I can't tell the ones in here doing this. I can tell a fake profile when I see it. I can tell a weirdo when I see him, man, please. You know, most of the people that come in here with fake profiles be the women. They be rejected because I had to throw them because they weird. They come in here with another profile trying to be seen. Like we don't know it's you. So I say, y'all women be having the game messed up, boy. And a co-worker offered a group of police officers grilled cheese sandwiches from the cafeteria. We were running nice stations. Hold on, what did I say? Nah, a co-worker offered a group of police. She trying to holler at the police and got left on scene. Look at you. Like, girl, they don't want you. I done seen girls like that, man, trying to holler at a Negro. Women try to holler at me like that, man. Thinking they get mad when they get left on scene. Get mad when I don't respond. It's all with these terrible pH balance type Negroes. Like, girl, please, who in the world would do you? This old ghoulish looking character. Who in the world would do you? Ew. I'm surprised you even a single mama, because who in the world would put their thing in that? Ugh. Like, I know you got to be like cottage cheese or something. Like, girl, ew. I'll show you right there. I blame these Negroes, man. Negroes will bang anything, man. You'll bang anything. That's why dudes are banging dogs and horses now. Just, they'll do anything. That's why these girls got the confidence of a daggone stallion, man. Because they think that, because some dude Negro will bang them, they think they hot. No, you ain't hot. Ugh. Can't take rejection. Can't stay out people facing DMs. No, I'm coming to holler at you though real quick though. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at you. Nah, you ain't. Nah, you ain't. And here they come with the classic, infamous victim wave. Oh, I'm just a struggling woman with you. Nobody understand me. See, I've been having a tough time in my walk. Get in line, man. It's called life. Get in line. We all had a tough walk with Christ. You ain't the only one. It's so hard out here for a sister, and it's hard out here for a brother too. So, it's called the game of life. Get in line. You ain't the only one that's been hurt before, man. You ain't the only one that's had insecurity issues. You're not the only one that got your heart broke. Why you think everybody else ain't feeling the same way as you? It's always a broken heart female. I thought I was the only one in the world hurting like this. Yeah, because you selfish. Because you always think about you. Out of the 8 billion people in here, God gave only you feelings, man. You the only one that get to cry on Instagram. Like everybody else don't get to cry. That's why half the time the man can't cry, because you always crying all the time over some stupid stuff. My gosh, man. I'll tell you what we need to do, man. Ban people posting their feelings. Ban that stuff on Instagram. They want to ban thirst traps and ban everything else. They want to ban fight videos and everything. Ban women on there talking about their feelings. We don't care. Girls talking about their boyfriends. We do not care. If you're going through something serious, that's where you should talk about it. It's good to come on there and talk about your life experience. We don't care about your relationship stuff. We don't care about you being a strong woman. Don't no nigga care about that. That's why half your hoes will go over and like that picture, and then somebody say something y'all don't like it. Here you go crying again. You ain't a strong woman then. Don't nobody care. I mean, my gosh, man, y'all use social media for everything, but the thing is supposed to be used for. That's why I like it for wholesome moments. Now I know why people will watch cat videos and dog videos for hours. You know what I'm saying? People will watch pet videos and soldiers coming home to their wife and their family videos. People watch music and funny vines and people like HaHa Davis and stuff. People like watching that because they tired of watching you hoes on here with your feelings. It ain't used for love quotes and freaking loyalty quotes, man. We don't use it for that. And then we got people questioning how we get here. Social media, they did it. All you gotta do is cry with y'all boyfriends all day. You don't know how to love a strong woman. And you still saying the same thing since 2013, man. This is, what, how long was 2013, man? 13 years ago? You still on this crap? Man, you said that thing when Chief Keef first got big. He first got big in 2012. You still on her posting your feelings. Chief Keef was 16 when he first came out. That nigga 31 years old. You still posting the same crap. Man, come on, man. Get on. People watch dog videos, cat videos, all type of stuff. There's a reason why cat videos got 18 million, 20 million, 54 million views, 67 million views. Because people want to watch stuff like that. They don't want to watch the local girl cry about their boyfriend. Some video where some girl see her ex while she was out crying, talking about, I did everything for him. I gave him everything. Here comes some dumb woman in the comments. Y'all laughing at her, but y'all don't understand how hard it is. I'm like, girl, what they're gonna stay home and eat Haagen-Dazs. That's what Haagen-Dazs and gluten-free bread is for. Go do that. Why are you going out when everybody else trying to? You don't think everybody else in this club is having a hard time? The whole reason that people go out in the first place is because they had a hard week. A really hard time with the boss, man. A hard life. Relationship problems, breakups. That's why people go there to get a drink. I'll go around other people that they can just be around and lighten the mood. The last thing somebody want to deal with is some emotional broad that's crying about her little whimsy boyfriend. Don't nobody care. It's to happen all the time when we go somewhere, man. It's always a light-skinned girl. Light-skinned girls always crying about stuff. That's probably why people don't like some of y'all light-skinned girls, because y'all cry about everything. Like, man, y'all got the attitude of a nigga, but you got the crybaby mentality of a white girl. Like, y'all cry about everything. It's sensitive. Y'all want to be tough, but then y'all want to cry about everything. Like, man, shut up. Like her. Every time this daggone girl seen the nigga, she wasn't her boyfriend. It was just somebody that she was talking to. It didn't work out. And like he doesn't notice me. He didn't even acknowledge me when he walked past me. Here she go now on the crying pity party. And then you know girls can't never do nothing without each other. And then they go and hug her. Oh, I'm like, no, hug her. This is the 57th week she done did this. Stop. I said, hey, man, you going to keep doing this stuff. Don't go nowhere with us. Don't do it. That's making us look bad. I didn't come here to watch TLC. Came here to have a good time. Go home, get some ice cream, cry about it. Like the rest of everybody else. Sometimes you got to take some days. Everybody got to take days to cry about it and get over it. Go do that. Stop bringing that around us. We don't care. I was going through a breakup around that time. You didn't see me doing that. You didn't see me. That's why I said people will never know what I go through because I don't tell them. People think you're right. They might know something up because you don't talk as much. You might be as energetic or talkative or, you know. I don't go around telling people, hey, well, you know, I broke up with such and such and she left me for a chicken. And I can't believe that. I just did everything for her. Nobody care about that. People got a hard time called paying bills. They got to pay bills and mortgages. They don't care about your feelings. I done seen women get on there and talk about, yeah, it's all right being a mother because you never what you shouldn't have let him do it in you. You shouldn't let him bust in you. Now you got a child. That's your problem. Why you mad at us? Y'all don't know what a single mom got to go through. And that's why people was trying to talk to you in your teen years about being a single mom. They was trying to warn you from that, dummy. Don't try to come over now and get mad at us. They was trying to tell you that because they knew a lot of men didn't care. That's why they was trying to tell you that. And they try to save y'all. Nah, you young and little. I'll do what I want. Okay, well, there you go. Why you talking about you mad at us for? And then when you hit that issue, now they want to bring up the color card. That works, boy, when in doubt. That works every single time. That's what's wrong with white girls, man. You got to get them to realize they ain't privileged. They've been having it because they on daddy's money all the time. And they on Catholic girl school timing. And they think they should just, everybody's supposed to stop what they doing and care. And we got to wing them off of entitlement and understand, like, you ain't entitled. Fool, you ain't entitled. I don't think it was ever this bad with some of these black women. Now we got to do that with them. Because now they think they entitled to the first Negro they see. And then when you don't do what they want, see, I don't think, you know, white girls know they can't use that entitled card, that privilege card like that. Because, again, you can't say, well, I'm white. That don't work. But see, because we are a minority class and we can use that on everything else, now Negroes trying to bring it up in the dating scene. You can't use that. It's because I'm a black woman. No. You can't use that. Stop trying to use that, dude. That's not what that's for. That was for a real struggle. That's not because of dating preferences. You can't do that stuff. And I say, yeah, you keep trying to use that victim card. It's probably what's keeping you single. Men don't like victims. They don't like people that do that, man. I don't like women that play the victim card. I don't like that. Because you only going to keep playing the victim card when you with me when you don't get your way. I don't like people like that. If you'll go that far to make it about some color and some stereotypes, you ain't no telling what you'll do. Y'all don't even know y'all be making yourself look more unattractive when y'all do that. You already was ugly, but now you even uglier when you do that. You might have been cute, but then you start doing that. A man don't want to deal with a victim woman. That means that's a hard woman to deal with. We are not doing that. And they put up to the challenge. Yeah, you can't love a strong woman. Nope, sure can't. Don't want to. Hence why you single. Because ain't nobody coming to do that. That's why you be in the comments. The first ones in there, some dumb broad. A real man would have walked away, and a real woman wouldn't put her hands on a man because she know a nigga were gonna hit her back. A real woman would have known, don't get on a man's nerves and don't do that stuff and put your hands on a man and put yourself in a situation like that. He done told you 5 times, back up, get out my face. What are you supposed to do? Let you keep hitting him? Her hits don't equal to nothing. Well, then why she want to hit a nigga? Stop hitting me. I turn around and fold you. It's not gonna be funny. I believe in equal rights and lefts. Yes, I do. I do believe it. I do believe if a woman put her hands on a man, you got a right to drop you on your neck. Stop touching people. Then they want to be like, you could have hit her, but you ain't have to hit her that hard. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. She shouldn't have been touching me. Stop touching me. Man, y'all won't be victims when a Negro drop y'all. That's a female. Well, you should have thought about being a female before you got whooped. Stop doing that. I saw a video went viral, man. This girl was just being just ruthless. This dude was outside vlogging at night, man. She ran into him. Get out my face. He was like, he said, what I do? She took her drink and threw it on. I said, move. I said, and then she went up trying to punch him. I said, oh, yeah, she would have been picking up her teeth. I promise you, she would have been picking up her jaw. All it takes is a good lick. Girl, I'd have laid you straight out. Because I'm like, oh, no, this ain't no woman, it's a nigga. I'm like, no, I'm going to go ahead and lay you out real quick. You going to think before you come up on anybody else in your life talking like that. That's why they seeing men beating them up now. Like, see, because y'all want to put yourself in it. And then I go to the comments, and even women are like, hey, girl, you can't put yourself in a position like that. Girls in there laughing at her like, yeah, you can't do that. You going to get dropped. There's always one sensitive woman in the background. He wrong, and now he going to jail. No, he ain't. He's protecting himself. She shouldn't be touching him. And then y'all wonder, when y'all getting beat up by trannies and gay dudes, why the real men don't step in and help y'all. Because y'all always want to blame us every time something happens. So, no, we're not going to help y'all. We're not helping you. Everything our fault. I love y'all. I love how they do this stuff. You a real man, you wouldn't hit a woman. If she was a real woman, she'll know to go on about her business, leave people alone. Why y'all think y'all immune from everything? Why women think they be immune from stuff? Like, you ain't immune because you know female, or because you black, or you white, or whatever. You ain't immune from nothing. White girls getting beat up now. If they get beat up, what make you think you ain't gonna get beat up? You ain't special. And that's why you see these videos now. People, again, there's crazy people, and then there's people that's tired of the crazy people. And now people done lost their mind. And then there's people who's tired of the people that done lost their mind. And then you seeing these videos go viral where people throwing hands on children because they tired, bro. People that I saw a video of this little, I don't know where they were, it must have been India. And these little kids talking just dirt crazy to this dude on his bike. He got his GoPro on, and they just keep bothering. They surround them, and this one little boy, he looked like a little rabbit dog. He's like, rah, rah, rah. He's like, rah, rah. He keeps on hitting them and stuff. This man just picked him up and threw he threw him in the hayfield. I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, that throw was personal. I told y'all nobody's off limits no more. They tired of y'all. And then you go to the comments, and guess what everybody says? Good job, bro. Little buddy needed that. He needed to get humble because he doing too much. People tired of y'all, man. I saw a video going viral where some older girl was bullying some dude's youngest son, his little bitty son. And then everybody came outside, and the dude's daddy came outside and was like, he said, hey, man, stop bullying my kid. Apologize to him. And she kept trying to bully him in front of daddy. Daddy slapped her. Bow. It's funny, his chat, he just bow, slapped her. And everybody in the comments, good job, father. Good job. You did what you supposed to do. Little girl are gonna learn, because they always say little girls need to get popped in their mouth because they smart. And that's true. Little girls be smart. They need to get popped. That's why I be seeing some of the way these kids be talking to their parents. Even these black kids now. Black people are so soft now because they letting their kids do this stuff. I said, boy, if I ever talk to mama and daddy like that, boy, I would be scared to know that. I was scared to even think of the outcome of talking to them like that. Kids calling people by their name and stuff. I said, boy, I don't. That's why my sister's daughter, my name's Mama. She said, call me Mama. I said, boy, if that's my child call me by my name, boy, you ain't gonna be able to speak for a week. I'm gonna slap you so hard. These kids done lost respect. I'm like, no. Somebody done told y'all wrong. You done lost all type of respect, little Negro. No, I'm going to humble you real quick. What you think this is? Be doggone if I'm going to let my child talk crazy to me, please. That's why, like, nah, child stay in the child play. Little girl stay in the little girl play. Y'all be letting them run their mouth and talk crazy. And that's why they grow up thinking they can just do whatever because ain't nobody popped in their mouth. And that's why she try to fight some fully grown man and then she get knocked out. Here come the girl. Stop it! They be getting their man beat up, bro. They be getting their man beat up, dude. I done seen videos where the girl started, and because the Negro can't tame his girl, he done got him knocked out. And then when he get him knocked out, like this is a big dude, he couldn't even beat the dude that he was trying to fight. And the woman think that she got a chance. That's why she come on, stop it, tries to hit stop it, and then guess what he do? Lay her out. It's just like, see, that's what I would tell any dude. If his girl ever try to start something, I say, hey, bro, if you don't get your girl, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You don't get your girl, I'm gonna beat you up, and then after I beat you up, I'm gonna beat her up. So if both of y'all don't want to get y'all butts handed to y'all, go your way, bro. Get your girl. Because you best believe when I drop you, I'm gonna drop her too. Like, nah, disrespect is disrespect. I don't play that stuff. You putting your hands on people. Ain't no such thing as no gender. Like, no gender equality. You don't do that stuff. You respect people. This one woman got 3 dudes knocked out, talking crazy because she's surrounded by 3 dudes. And this man knocked out all 3 of them. Now when she sees that, now she want her to run the stove. Now she's scared to be outside now. Now that talking crazy, she ain't got no more talking crazy. Ain't no more lick stone now because now she's scared because now he coming for her. Y'all gonna learn some respect, bro. That's why I try to tell you, bro, y'all gonna learn some respect. People got beat it into you. They gonna beat it into you. Some of y'all can't take the fact that a nigga ain't into you. Just y'all don't take rejection well. Y'all do not take rejection well. What is it about the rejection part? Like I get it, don't feel good, but I ain't never went far like that. Y'all be taking it too far. And they only do it, like I said, they'll say stuff. You gotta understand women, man. Women will do stuff to get a rise out of you. They known for doing that. That's why it's called trolling, rage baiting. That's what we call it, rage baiting. They'll do that to get a reaction out of you. That's why they'll call you gay. Or they'll say like always, they'll try to make an insult or say, now you ugly, I know you don't know quality taste, like you broke or something like that. They'll say stuff because they want a reaction. That's why dudes will sit right there and laugh sarcastically because it's like, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. We know women talk. That's why y'all never do nothing about y'all life. That's why y'all get beat up because y'all talk about it and don't do nothing. So that's why I said dudes just sit right there. Okay, whatever, girl. Whatever, hoe. Go on about your life. I said, y'all can't successfully raise bait us. Okay, call us whatever. And that's why you ain't got no drinks because you ain't going to pressure nobody into buying you a drink. Call Negro whatever. Don't matter. You ain't getting one from me. Ain't nobody broker than a girl walking around begging niggas for free drinks. I think that's crazy. You can't buy your own? I thought you was a strong, independent woman. You can't buy your own drink? You wondering why you get left. That's why I'm like, yeah, y'all talk crazy because them cameras right there. Y'all talk crazy because security right there. And then when somebody catch you in that parking lot, that same energy ain't there. I noticed that same energy ain't never there. Talking crazy, and now when you one-on-one with somebody and then your homies and your homegirls ain't right there, yeah, you don't talk crazy like that no more. Now you screaming, running around, help me, help me. Now you helping me now. No, you were talking. That's why I try to tell y'all, don't y'all go help them type females. Don't y'all help them. Sometimes they need to get whooped. They need to get that whooping because they just be doing stuff. And that's why you see the whooping was meant for them, but then Negroes try to step in the way and then they take the whooping. Don't take somebody's whooping for them, bro. That's the reason why people get whooped. Stop trying to fight for them. I said, bro, your jaw ain't worth somebody else's whooping, bro. Leave it alone. They said it's already commonly known that animals, when an animal's dueling it out, and if there's a third animal that tries to intervene, they said, bro, both of the predator animals that was fighting, they'll turn on the intervener because they both understand that if they got a common threat and denominator or a common threat or whatever, they'll work together to defeat you so they can finish killing each other. Nobody likes stuff that gets in the way, not even the animals, dude. That's why when you get in the way of dogs fighting, guess what they do? They want to fight you now. Like, stop doing that. Sometimes you got to learn to let people hash it out. I done seen videos, man, girls trying to fight the security, trying to show out, trying to show off. And that's why I said, see, that's an unruly woman. That's an unruly woman that can't shut up and go home. And guess what the security do? Kick her, trips her. And then she gets up and tries to swing again. And guess what he do? Drop her again. Like, when you going to learn to leave people alone? Stop messing with people. You feel me? Like, y'all so busy trying to mess with it. Like, bro, leave people alone. That's why I said, like, bro, just like, y'all don't know when to stop. And that's a woman problem sometimes. They don't know when to stop. They just keep going. Leave people alone. Stop bothering them, dude. They always want to make a scene, man, because they showing off in front of everybody and they want to throw stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I consider throwing a drink on somebody. That's assault, and that's I can legally hit you for that. Because you got your spit in this. Ain't no telling what you got and what type of fluid you got in your body. You throwing it on somebody, bro. I don't even drink alcohol. And if I leave here soaked in alcohol, you're going to be soaking in blood. I don't play that stuff. You know, all type of stuff. And them women spitting on people. I'm like, nah, spit ain't never justified, but you definitely going to get slapped for that. They come to this old stupid stuff. There is no excuse to ever hit on. Yes, it is. There's plenty of them. You ever throw bodily fluids on people, that's all the reason I need to knock you out. What you mean? Anybody get knocked out for that? That's not right. It's what y'all fought so hard for. Y'all equality. But this is what equality means. Getting booked. It's what it means. Getting dropped and nobody coming to help you. That's what it's like for a man. When a man get dropped, ain't nobody helping that Negro. So that's what you gonna get too. I love how you fight so hard for that. And yeah, y'all don't take us serious. We taking you serious in the street fight now. Don't be running for help and running behind your Negro. Be crazy. I done seen a girl one time, man. I was somewhere, and she got mad and didn't like the way somebody looked at her. All of a sudden, she turned around because she was holding hands with her man. Gonna turn around and throw a drink, throw some ice on people. I said, yeah, it couldn't have been me because I said the first person I would hit was your man. I would have knocked him out, then I would knock you out. I said, yeah. We don't play assault. We don't do assault. That's wrong. You don't throw stuff on people. You don't put your hands on people. I said, you be respectful. I said, see, now your man gonna have to get dropped because of something. See, now he got to answer for your sins. See, because I already know if I get you, he gonna try to jump in. What's up, Crystal? I said, I'm gonna go ahead and have to knock him out first and then knock you out. That's why I told him. Remember I told y'all the other day. I told my ex. I said, bro, you gonna get your daddy beat up. You gonna get your brother and your daddy beat up. Talking crazy and talking about, yeah, you don't know about them. I said, well, bring them to the parking lot. They don't know about me. Bring all your Mexican Negroes. I said, I will be the only one in the parking lot. I will fade everybody one by one. Come on, let's do it. I ain't got no fear in my body. Let's go do it. Let's do it. I do's this, man. If that's what you want to do, let's do it. Let's go. I said, girl, I don't care because you Mexican. I call you, your people's just with it. They might be with it, and so am I. Let's go. I said, you really gonna get your daddy beat up, bro? And she realized I was for real. I think when she realized I was for real, that's when she didn't want to do it. I'm like, no, come on. You name the time and the place, girl. Name the time and the place. And I'm like, and after I beat him up and beat your brother up, and you try to send him on me, after I beat them up, I'm gonna beat you up. I told you, I don't play that. Ain't nobody off limits. The one that started is gonna be the one to get dealt with too. That's why I told y'all in this new day of equality. That's why I said I love how women want to be strong women, but they want to be traditional. Hold the door open. Nah, nigga, you a strong woman. You hold the door open one time, G. That's why I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna learn now when you fight for something, this is what you get when you fight for it. This is what that means. You don't get to turn equality on and off. You don't get to turn this on and off, dude. That's like you want a real man and then he want to turn off and be a sissy when he wants to. No, you can't do that. You got to be a real man all the way. That means not just flexing in front of her, but flexing in front of the robber who's trying to rob your house. You got to go down there and fight and take the lick and the beating for your woman if you got to save her life. You don't get to just turn that on and off when you want to. That's what comes with it, dude. How you gonna want to be the man when you want what you want from the woman? That's what I'm using right now. I want to be the man when they want something to flex their little muscle, and then when it's time to do man responsibilities, he don't want to do it. That's not being the man. You can't turn it on and off, dude. I've seen too many females coming where they a strong woman, but they want a traditional Negro. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Strong women ain't scared to approach Negroes and say, hey, my name is such and such, how you doing? They ain't scared to put themselves out there. That's what strong women do. They're not walking around sobbing about how a Negro ain't approached them yet. There's some gray areas there we got to deal with. That's why you be unfair. Strong women take care of their business. Ain't on Instagram telling everybody how strong of a woman they are. I think that's so silly. Every girl I seen do that. Nah, I got a friend like her. She's cool, but boy, they come with that old want to be deep feminist. I'm like, okay, cool. And then wonder why I would never pursue him. Why I would never date him. And they gonna came to me one day and said, well, I wouldn't date you because I'm like, you wouldn't date me because I said so. Because I never asked you first. That's why you're not dating me, because I don't want to date you. It ain't because of what I do. It ain't like, well, it's because, you post on Instagram and you post with your shirt off. Oh, no, that ain't the reason why. That ain't the reason why. You wouldn't date me because I never asked you first. You got mad feelings for me. You getting your feels about everything. I never asked you to be mine. That's what you was waiting on. And because you and your feelings hurt because I drive you crazy, that's why you say some stupid stuff like that. Everybody's going to act like they self-rejecting you first. Everybody does that. You wouldn't date me because I never asked you. If I told you to, you would date me. How you act like you got an option, like you would have time to think about it. You already all up on me. What do you think's going to happen if I ask you to be mine? You going to do it. Only a weak woman who's in their feelings, can't control their emotions, will say stuff like that. She want to be so feminist all the time and feminista, which is cool. I don't care. But I said a real feminist ain't worried about a Negro dating them. Ain't saying some stuff like that, some stupid stuff. So I wouldn't date you because you know a lot of women. And keep in mind, they still talking to their exes, though. They still talking to people that they formerly knew that they was with, right? They still friends with people they formerly knew, right? Which, again, if that's what you want to do, I don't care. Because I don't want you in the first place. But they want to hold their restrictions on why they wouldn't date you. Well, you follow a lot of women, and you got a lot of women friends, and you can ask all them bras. I ain't never slept with them. You can ask all of them. See the difference? Man, spider web, get off me. The difference between me and you is that, like I said, I'm not going around looking for that with you. You looking for that with me. And if you want to play on the reason why I wouldn't date somebody, why I wouldn't date an extreme feminist who got to prove how feminist they are, because there's nothing sexy about that. You know what you're telling everybody? You a hard woman. And then guess what? I told you they do stuff because they want you to have a reaction. Guess what I did when she said that? I laughed. I laughed. I was like, okay. And? Because I'm like, I never wanted to date you anyway. I said, girl, we're not dating because I said so. It ain't because of, it's not up to you, G. It's up to me. I said so. I never asked you because I don't like you like that. We had a little spark for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work because, like I said, she went off. She from another city, went off to college. And it didn't work because I didn't want it to work. Because I'm like, it was cool for a minute. We had a little thing. But I said, but I ain't feeling it. That's what it was. That's why they was mad, because they never got that question. And then that's why they say stuff like that. I wouldn't date you because, girl, please, when I first met you, you was all up on a nigga every single day. Don't act like you wouldn't. Already trying to give a Negro the address to where you live and don't even know me. You would date me if I told you to. I love how they try to act self-conscious, self-confident, strong now. Man, please. Y'all strong after the fact. Bro, genuinely the question I asked her when she said that, I laughed. I said, are you okay? Like, I was being so serious. I said, are you okay? Because I'm like, you sound like you're going through some stuff. Guess what? You're going through some stuff. Yeah, I just got a lot on my mind. Yeah, because it sounds like you got a lot on your mind to say something stupid like that. Yeah, I know you are. Because the question wasn't even about me dating her. We was talking about something, and then she went through it out. Well, I would never date you, cause I'm like, dude, stop trying to reject me first. I already rejected you, baby girl. It don't work like that. You can't reject me again. It don't work. You can't do it. It don't work like that. Somebody else said that. One of my friends came and told me, because one of our friends would always talk about me all the time. Again, people never say nothing to me when I'm standing there, because again, they be punks. They would talk about me all the time. They always liked me, always had this little crush on me, never would say nothing. And then one of the homies came and told me, she was like, yeah, she was talking to me about it. And then she said she don't know if she would ever date you because you always like posting gym pictures and with your shirt off. I said, that's the same thing some other girl said. I said, nah, brother, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. I said, bro, she wouldn't date me because first off, she's already weighing her options between me and one of the homeboys and somebody else. And then on top of it, she's already one of them scaredy cats, the ones that scared to be with everybody. You know, they believe that they want a good man, but they don't believe there's good men out there. I said, she one of those. And then third of all, I'm just like, I never asked her to. I'm the only one out of all y'all that never went up to her and approached her like that, because all the other dudes was doing that. I never did it. The one guy that never comes to and approaches them, that's the one they want. And I said, no, that's what it's mad at. She's mad because she got feelings for somebody who never pursued her. And that's why they go say some off the wall stuff like that. And then when they in my face, they want to be all lovey and touchy, and then they want to kind of be a little open with their feelings now. I said, no, I thought you said you was never gonna date me. Why you want to care now? Right? You gonna say, bro, she's weird. You gonna say some stuff like that? I said, yeah, I know why you would say that. And then turns out the whole time, well, I always kind of liked you. Duh, I knew that. I can see that. I said, no, it wasn't that. I said, no, you just a very possessive type. I said, you wouldn't date me because you don't like the fact that everybody else notices me and you want to be the only one that notices me and I got to notice you. And I never pursued you and asked you to. That's why. Why do people come like, I didn't want to date nobody in the first place for a minute anyways. They didn't want like I was looking for it. I always try to hurt a man's feelings. I said, baby girl, no offense, you ain't ugly, but you ain't even really the type of nigga I would go for. Especially in this city. People got that bad. They got that real bad in this city. That's why people in this city be offended when you go to Dallas and go get somebody, or you go overseas and get somebody, because they really swear up and down that they all that. Because all the other Negroes in their face that ain't worth jack make them feel like they worth something. That's why they get they issue hit. Oh, they talk about all day, I'm a strong woman, and I can't stand any niggas, and I'm doing, okay, good, whatever. Now they, well, I always liked you, and you never showed me interest. Bro, I done seen women like that. I'm telling you, I done seen women like that, y'all. Weird. When you ain't showing me no interest and showing me like you care about me, I don't even know you. I literally don't even know you. And then I told you I always play along because I'm showing you it's not me, it's you. I play along because I'm gonna show you who's gonna do this. I know who's gonna do the wrong, you. And that's when they get scared. They always gonna find a little reason to fight, and they overly dramatic about stuff, and now something wrong with you. Somebody shooting. But now it's always sudden you done did. And I'm like, yeah, it's always my fault. Always my fault, ain't it? Now, I'm scared. And I don't know. I got a lot going on. It's just things in my life right now. But they always hit you with that same little word line. That's the dumbest thing. And I said, yeah. I thought you said that it was me doing stuff. I thought you said that you wasn't going to date me because of something I did. Like, no, it's like just you. Women can't stand getting rejected first, man. They can't stand that stuff. Because the homie came and told me, and I said, brother, I was never going to date her anyways. I'm like, bro, we never even talked about this. Like, bro, how you going to put something online? I'm like, bro, what? Bro, just wretched. Then I found something out, which is the crazy part, y'all. I found something out. This is what pissed me off. Because I said, it wasn't like I even wanted this other person. But it's the fact that, bro, it was a bold-faced lie that I told somebody. So, remember there was this girl that I told y'all about that was the single, the girl that was a black girl. But she had a kid, you know what I'm saying? Which again, I don't care about that. I was like, okay, well, you know, she's cool. She's a sweetheart. She's mind her business. She take care of her son. Whatever. I don't care. But she had asked me a while back. She said, well, have you and her ever, like, fooled around and stuff? Because she said, look, I don't want to get with nobody that's, you know, messed around with one of our friends. I'm like, nah, bro, we never did. I was like, no, we never did that. So legit, because we really never did. Like, we strictly friends. We like, no, we never did that. You know what I'm saying? And so, turns out, and this is like way after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and her was never like a thing. But, you know, we kind of like talked every now and then. But this girl would always ask about me. She was always asking. She got my contact info whenever like really messaged me, but she would always ask everybody how I'm doing. And like she was shy, you know, she was cute. You know, I'm like, okay, she cute. Then I found out one day that you know, of course I didn't really care because it was way after the fact. But then I found out one day that old girl lied to her and told her she was like, because then she asked her, she was like, truth be told, she was like, did y'all ever do anything with each other? I don't know what, I was leaving a weird question to ask. I don't know why she was so obsessed with that. But she kept asking her, she was like, did y'all ever do anything? She said, no, for real, like, did y'all ever do anything? Tell me why this girl lied and said, well, yeah, like when we first met, never did. Yo, she lied on me, nigga. Yo, she lied on me and said when we first met, we did. I was like, no, I said, girl, why? Because the girl told me. She was like, well, I did tell her. I said, why did you tell her that? She said, I don't know. I couldn't think at the time. I said, no, that ain't what it is. That's not what it is. You lied because you wanted to have me to yourself. You was trying to illuminate the competition. I said, cuz, it ain't like I didn't want to neither one of y'all, but I said, well, why you gonna lie on my name like that? If it was the truth, that's one thing. I said, bro, that was a bold-faced lie. Why you say that? She's like, well, I don't know. I couldn't think straight. And she kept pressing me about it. I said, so tell the truth. What's wrong with that? Yo, nigga, she lied on me. Nigga. The same one that said they wouldn't date me because of a certain reason lied to somebody and said, well, I said, no, 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 you said that because you didn't want her to keep pursuing me because you wanted to pursue me. And then you wonder why I don't pursue everybody, why I didn't even want to be with you in the first place. Because you telling people bold-faced lies like that. And then she said, oh, girl was like, well, you know what, he told me y'all didn't. I said, because we didn't. Why would you? She's like, well, I was caught up in a moment and stuff. I said, bro, careful, fellas. You lied on. So I was one of them type. See? And in the end, guess what? Still wasn't chosen. Still didn't choose him. Because, like, why would you say that, though? Like, we cool, but I'm like, well, bro, why would you say that? I said, sometimes, man, women will do anything to try to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? Now, this other girl, like I said, I didn't really even want her like that much. But she was cool. We was cool. We had a nice connection. And I told her, I said, look, man, if we ever decide to talk, like, you know, we'll talk more about it. But I said, but I don't really know y'all. So I'm like, I'm trying to get to know you. You know, you're a sweet individual. But one of the reasons I kept saying, y'all keep being, because I knew this girl, she's cool, but she's problematic. I said, y'all keep being around this girl right here. And I said, every time people get around this girl, they end up falling out. They have issues because she be in the middle of people doing stuff. And I said, I don't really like the fact that y'all kind of like a little too close. Because I'm like, sometimes they be doing stuff like that. They do this. They try to come between people in their relationships and their boyfriends and stuff like that. Because I told you, some of you girls be borderline lesbian, man. They be doing some weird stuff. Or they be thinking weird. And they like it. Now that I think about it, it was somebody else that was like, kind of like, well, you know, I'm listening to him. She gonna tell this girl. She said, nah. She said, nah. We don't mess with our guy friends. Y'all, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. And guess who she messed with? Our guy friends. I said, no, 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 no. That's not what it is. I said, and I told the other girl, I said, no, no, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. I said, she's saying that about me because she wants to reserve me for later. That's why she told you that. I said, girl, that's a daggone lie. She don't, Negro, talk to everybody. I said, do you see how some people are just so controlling and so like manipulative? It seems kind of wicked to me. You know what I'm saying? Like they know the potential you got as a person that they like. They know you're a great guy, so they want to reserve you after they done whoring. They want to reserve you for the side for you and you only. That's why she told them like, no, we don't mess with our friends. Like, girl, that's a lie. That's a lie, because you sure do. Why you? I said, no, I sense jealousy. I sense jealousy here. So this is 2 times you done lied. Women in the city, y'all would do anything. Listen, never date a woman from Louisville. Women in Louisville would do anything to try to get what they want. If they got to lie on you, if they got to cheat, if they got to set you up, keep in mind, there's some other girls just like her. They was talking to each other, talking about how they would set a nigga up. They was talking about how they would get one of their friends, I guess, to make like a fake profile. I guess somebody that your man don't know is your friend, to be in his DMs talking flirtatious to see if he'll answer and respond back. I said, yo, y'all exhausting. They was in cahoots like that's a great idea. And then I looked over at the homie. I said, bro, do we do this? He said, nope. I said, bro, men don't do this. This is why we actually happier, because we don't do stuff like this. It must be an exhausting being a woman, because I'm like, the stuff y'all got to do to try to prove a point. They were talking about, yeah, if he answers somebody else's DM, that's how you know he ain't real. Why would you set him up? That's a lot of work. If you can't trust him, just don't be with him. That is so stupid. Wonder why they was always having man issues. I know why now. These are these people. Every time you come back to the city, now you always get these text messages from certain people. Oh, well, were you here? Oh, I want to come see you. Oh, I miss you. Oh, I'm like, no, like, you cool. I like you, but I'm like, I don't want to always be around you. I don't always want to come over where you is. Because I know you got to, because again, it's not that you just have a past. It's just like, no, you keep being that way. You won't change. So no, I don't want to come around you. There's a reason why I don't. They be like, well, you don't never tell nobody you come to the city. Yeah, for certain reasons. Because every time I tell y'all fools, y'all want to go do the same stuff we used to do. All y'all want to do is party. All y'all want to do is drink. Like, it's a time where you mature. You don't want to do that stuff no more. I don't even drink, so I'm like, I just would go party with them. But I said, but bro, that stuff's old. Nigga, 32 years old, man. I don't go in no clubs, jumping around. I don't want to do that stuff, man. That stuff's dumb. Nigga, content, man, with his Netflix and his Cracker Barrel, man. I'm watching Sanford and Son, girl. I ain't getting up. Like, what you, what you, girl? I got on my uncle slippers. You know, so I done turned into my daddy, man. My daddy done got older. I done turned grumpy. You remember, like, girl, I ain't getting up, listen to this loud music. Like, girl, this is all this loud raps and stuff. Girl, what all they like? The nigga trying to be in the bed, watch Sanford and Son, man, and eat this meal and go sleep. I ain't worry about you. I feel like I gotta do all that. You know, right? It's like, why you gonna be with somebody you gotta do this? You don't trust them. So then don't be with them. That's what I said. They just so stupid. But then, same girl came to me. Same girl came to me talking about, Steven, you like 5% of men that are really good. She said like 95% of these men are just terrible. I said, yeah. The men in clubs that y'all go keep talking to probably are the 95% of men in there that are bad. Yeah, I keep telling y'all this. She said, well, you one of the good ones. I said, girl, I'm not the only one out here. She's like, well, no, you're one of a kind. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. There are a lot of men out here that do the same thing I do. You can't attract them because you're not a good woman. That's probably why. And they don't even know. Everybody comes to me and talks to me about them. They said, bro, she a headache. Like, bro, she's unbearable. They don't even know this. I think they do know that they are kind of like that, but they don't know what everybody else say about them. And I said, this is why a lot of the friend group kind of split off and did something else because of that person right there. They can't change a lot of their ways, can't stop drinking, can't stop doing the same stuff they was doing. They run off all their girlfriends, they run off all their guy friends, they run off any man that comes in their way. They soil relationships, and then when they alone, they want to come and call you. They want you to come, oh, what's up? Well, like, I'm like, no, I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want to be on the phone all the time. I don't want to associate with you. I don't want to come and see you all the time. I'm like, no. You just lonely. Because you don't ran off everybody else. That's what happens, man. When you got evil communications, you corrupt good manners, man. You don't ran off everybody else. You don't ran off all your connections. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, well, it's hard to trust these men out here. And I said, and do you know what men have an issue with trusting women like you too? I said, it is no coincidence. Every time we go somewhere, everybody know this girl. Everybody know. And that's why I said, don't ever date a woman in Louisville. Everybody know him. This is why I tell y'all the dating scene in Louisville is terrible. Everybody is somebody's ex, somebody's sloppy seconds, third sloppy seconds. Bang, Negro, bro. This girl, I knew this girl, man. She was ratchet. She had banged a Negro to go bang another Negro that same night. Like, they was nasty. Yo, they just disgusting. These old fluid swappers. That's what they are. That's why I told y'all, people in Louisville grimy, man. They known for getting over on each other. They weird. You feel me? That's why you wouldn't date half these females here, because she got a bitter ex-boyfriend somewhere won't kill you. Like, he's mad. He don't want nobody being with. I know a girl, man. He was like, any dude you get with, I'm gonna beat him up and stuff. And he was a former police officer, which makes sense why he like that. I mean, Negro was crazy, man. He followed her every time he saw her, man. Just, girl, what you doing? Calling her phone like 25 times. Negro was crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you came to Louisville, don't stay here. Don't date her either. You're going to have trust issues with men. You're going to extremely have trust issues in Louisville. I'm trying to tell y'all. Why y'all think I moved? Because I didn't want to talk to nobody in the city, bro. People here are nuts. And watch your female friends. That's why I said watch who your girls are around too, because these girls here, they turn each other out too. Yeah, they do. Since they want to talk about loyalty with men, they can't stop sleeping with each other. Literally. You don't believe me? Give them a bottle of Hennessy or a bottle of Douce, see what they do. They don't even need that. This is what they do on the daily. This is what they do. That's why we knew whenever something going on, when girls start acting funny with each other, y'all been experimenting. They've been messing around. And it turns out that's what they've been doing. They want to blame us. Well, men only get us in our feelings. No, y'all don't. Y'all get each other in your feelings too. Found out they secretly in love with each other. One of them done fell in love. And then they start acting funny. And now, guess what they do? Ruin the friendship. Now they're not friends no more. Then, you know, one of the most hypocritical things I done heard a woman say. This is why I say this is why a lot of y'all do them. This is why people don't respect a lot of women. Because y'all do stuff like this. She gonna say, well, if a woman does kind of mess around another woman, those body counts don't count. I said, oh my God. No wonder you're single. Because you don't even like niggas. It makes sense now. Yeah, ain't no coincidence no more. Then I started realizing why all they best friends be these gay dudes. Yeah, because y'all borderline gay too. But they hollering about straight men. No, it's so hard. What's wrong with this straight man? Y'all the ones giving us issues. Y'all give each other issues. All their girlfriends they was cool with, they ain't cool with no more because they all done did something with each other. One of them was just like really jealous because one was spending more time with the other one. I said, bro, that's so weird. That's why I said, niggas try to hit me up. Have you talked to such and such? No, I don't talk to people on the daily. Do you know what's wrong with her? No, and I don't care what's wrong with her. I'm busy. I tell one girl, like, I said, girl, don't hit me up no more. Because she do this all the time. I always want to text in a group chat, make a new group chat. I'm like, girl, do not make no more chats. Don't add me or nothing. And don't text me personally again no more. Stop doing that. My gosh, man, the things that women in this city will go through, man, go through great lengths. They will sit here and lie and say, yeah, I had him first. Women do that, y'all. They know that there's some girl that's interested in you, and they're going to tell them, oh, yeah, I did him already. I already had him. To make her more uninterested. They do stuff like it. Y'all know I be telling the truth. They do stuff like this. That's why I kept wondering why everybody was giving me this funny look around this other one. They kept giving me this funny look. They was like, yeah, they said, what y'all got going on? I said, nothing. They was like, yeah, she kept telling me y'all was together. Why would y'all believe that? Bro, why would y'all believe that? And then she put out her Snapchat one time, and she was trying to joke around, but she wasn't joking. She was for real. She said, yeah, I'm with my girls. And then she put me on there. She said, and my man. I said, the only reason I'm seen in public with you is because I'm with them. Like, I don't want to be seen in public with you. Them girls are way better looking than you. I think that's so atrocious. I'm going to skip over them to get to you. Ew. She's literally the ugliest one in the group. We got you around to make us look good. That's how ugly you is. Do not ever lie on nothing else and say I'm your man. Don't ever do that. Oh my gosh, bro. That's why I told y'all the spirit of envy big here, man. Oh, that same girl heard some girl, because she was always around other women because she heard they was having man issues because she has Negro issues. That's when she want to come in. That's why I told y'all, beware of y'all women friends and want to come be your mentor. Now she want to be their mentor all up in their face. And then guess what happened when they got cool with their man again? Now she don't want to talk. Now she ain't friends with him magically all of a sudden. Now her intuition, like she says, the woman, my intuition is telling me, yep, that's just called being a nigga. That's why they say a woman intuition ain't never wrong. Yes, it is. Every time it's wrong. Every time. This is the stuff you do. I don't think there's ever been one time that a woman came in with their intuition, they've been right. I don't think there's ever been a time. Every time they came with their intuition, it's always been wrong. I said, no, that's just your feelings that you mask up as your intuition because you don't want to deal with your life. Intuition is just another insecure word for insecurity. That's pretty much what it means. I said, you better be glad your life don't depend on your lies and your intuition because you be dead a long time ago. I said, girl, because you are not fooling nobody with these rumors or these accusations that you can never prove. Even if a nigga was doing it, you got to have proof. I said, you got to have proof, evidences, witnesses. You got to have it. You ain't got neither one, so you just going off of your feelings. And then that's when they want to hit you with the, now they want to come with the, well, you don't understand how I feel. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to understand idiocy. I'm not supposed to. I don't got to listen to weirdos if they don't know what they're talking about. I'm not going to listen to lies. I'm not going to listen to rumors. I don't do that stuff. Come to me with some evidence, prove our witnesses, and then we can talk. If you ain't got nothing, if you ain't got none of those, I ain't got nothing to say to you. That's why I would say, well, I feel. That's how you feel. That's not my problem. Not my problem. I'm going to go play video games. My gosh, y'all wonder why we got an epidemic of single women now? Y'all wonder why? That's why I said, old girl wonder why she couldn't find a man. Still can't find a man. And then when they get lonely, they want to come, hey, what's up, Steve? What's up, bro? What you doing, man? Like, I want to see you. Like, now they want to come miss you and see you now. Now they want to come do that stuff. Because everybody else left them alone. And the only one that usually be cool and respond back to him, Steve. I say, what's up to everybody? I'm like, what's up? But they realize everybody else don't want to talk to him. Now they want to talk to Steve. Yeah, they sure ain't got the right intuition. Everyone that came to me with their intuition was always wrong. I'm starting to think that's just something women throw around when they don't want to be held accountable. That's what they say. My intuition told me. You're like, yep, that's what you say when you don't want to hold yourself accountability. And then women be straight up wrong. And then the one thing women ain't gonna never do is say sorry. They never say sorry. They brother, you got pride out their mouth. They ain't gonna say, well, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's like it kills them to say that. They're ever the blow of the world before they say sorry. You know what they say? Well, you shouldn't have made me feel like it. Well, if you didn't give me a reason to, that's what they say. Well, you know what I deal with, my ex-boyfriend. You know what I'm dealing with, and you don't understand me. Well, if you just listen to me more, like you just say sorry. Just say I was wrong, nigga. Like I'm sorry. You can't say sorry. Well, I'm not sorry for hurting your feelings either. I'm not sorry for you crying. That's why I said them waterworks don't work on me. I get enjoyment out of that, bro. I get thrills out of that. You wrong and they won't come here crying. Like, bro, I would do cartwheels over you. I do not care. I make people cry for fun, on purpose. Like I said, you would consider me like a sadist. Nigga don't care. Nigga don't care. Girl, I care about this money, young. Getting this 2K, playing these video games and stuff. I ain't worry about you. Putting extra Italian sausages on my Papa John's pizza, man. Nigga ain't worry about you, cuz. Yeah, like y'all care when y'all a nigga care when y'all leave, man. We just go get some DoorDash, man, and have a great night to ourselves. We ain't worry about you. Why you think you the highlight of my daggone day? Man, please. And then you see why niggas rather play PS5, man, because they don't want to hear about a woman intuition all day. We don't care. Little FaceTime dates got to stay on the phone with you when you got an attitude. They ain't got nothing to talk about. That's why I said some of y'all basic hoes be boring, man. You ain't never got no conversation. They want to stay on the phone with you just for the heck of it. Just cause we on the phone together. And ain't got no conversation. Then you asking, what's up, Nud? What's up with you? Cool. Oh, okay. Bland. Then you go play the game and go do something else. Then they want, oh, so you ain't got nothing. That's more important to me. Well, then they're going to have a conversation. You have a conversation. You the one that want to talk. Selfish. Men do not like selfish women. Is that the same woman hollering about how strong they are, how black and proud they is? I'm a white woman that got the intelligence. I got a job offer as a boss. Now they want to be a manager position, and they so entitled. Can't even have a basic conversation with the person they're supposed to be with. That sounds like a loving woman to me. You can't have a conversation with me. I ain't got nothing to say to you. I'm not gonna be on FaceTime just for the heck of it. I don't want to randomly call you for no reason. I call you for a reason so we can talk. You ain't got nothing to say, then get off my phone so I can go back to sleep. I can go play games. I'm gonna wake you up for the stupidest reasons, man. I want to call you at 5 in the morning and want some affirmations of love. Nigga, I'm asleep. I'm not trying to hear your insecurity at 5 in the morning. Man, leave a message and I'll get back to you when I wake up. I don't want to hear that. That is so annoying. I had a dream you was messing around. Well, maybe your dream gonna come true if you keep messing with me. Stop messing with me, dude. Leave me alone. I done seen it, bro. Women that have a bad dream and will let that change the way they look at you and treat you. Well, the reason I'm mad today and treat you like it because I had a dream. I said, oh, so now you're going to base me off a dream. You know what? I had a dream that you're a slut. Now I'm going to treat you like one since you want to act like that. Yeah, let's see if you are like that. Nah, me no like he the same treatment. Me no like he the same thing. Boy, y'all are incredibly single. My gosh. These old craft singles over here. Yeah, we know why. Oh my gosh, man, who want to date this stuff nowadays? That's why I said this is why men don't even like talking to American women, man. Y'all got something with y'all. Something really wrong with y'all. That's why dudes don't even like women that speak English. Cause y'all just talk too much, man. It's like this cockiness that Americans have. It's just any color, man. Y'all just have this cockiness on y'all. It's so not nice. It's so not good. This dude was on the street asking this girl about like if you need like do you think we need men? She was just automatically mad, start cussing, talking crazy like she from the Bronx, New York. Loudest ones, biggest mouth. Nah, son, we don't need men. F men, blah blah blah. I do everything by myself. And then here they come, bringing up their mama issues. My mama did it all. I said, well, nigga, you got mama and daddy wounds. Don't get on the rest of us, man. Everybody ain't like your mama and your whack daddy. We don't need men for nothing else. Blank, 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 blank. Yeah. These niggas ain't blank. Yeah, and then you wonder why you incredibly single. And then when a nigga go get a white girl, it was the same ones, y'all. Remember, those are the same ones on the tabloids. The same ones in the comments. Yeah, say, I told y'all, these niggas can't get a sister. Can't lock it down. Yeah, don't nobody want a loudmouth Beyonce. We don't want those. I mean, I'm literally looking like, bro, who men love soft feminine women? Who in the world wants to date this man over here? We don't want to date this Amazonian warrior. We don't want those. Like, do you hear how you talk? Oh my gosh, man, imagine a man being in the house with you. Like, bro, that's how you know right there. You know them type right there. Oh, you know they sex game fire. You know that's because that's all they know. That's all they know is sex. That's all they gonna ever know. They don't know nothing else. And then they wonder why they get that 2:30 a.m. in the morning text, because that's all you worth. That's all you good for. These toxic women, do you have that one that got away? They got plenty of them. Yeah. You know who they got? Me, the one that got away. The one they couldn't manipulate to do their things, and the one that they couldn't figure out, me. That's why they sitting there crying, talking about, oh, first you're weird, and then you try to show them interest, and now commitment's my biggest fear. You're supposed to be a boss. You're supposed to be a boss female, and now commitment is your biggest fear. Well, then why are you on my case about if I'm serious about you or not? Why are you asking me that? Y'all don't have women doing that stuff. You're not taking it serious. I don't know if you really like me like that. Then you show them, and I'm scared, and I don't know. Now you won't pull this out your butt. Now you scared. I don't care if you're scared. Shut up then. Stop talking. Like, no, I'm gonna hold you accountable because you run your mouth. Stop talking like a Negro, like you with it if you ain't with it. We gonna start judging y'all like y'all judge men now. We gonna start doing that same thing to y'all. See, it ain't funny. Now here come the soft hoes. She's broken-hearted. She's had a hard life and a hard time. She doesn't understand what love is. Be gentle. No, I ain't no be gentle. She ain't gentle with me, no. Coming here demanding and talking crazy like, no. I'm gonna hold you to a same standard. I'm gonna expect you to be ready for this love I give you. If you can't handle it, then that's your problem. They talking about just stick with her. Don't leave her. She's hurt. Just stick with her, even though she abuses you and emotionally abuses you. Just stick with no. Then here they come. When that don't work now, they come with a real man. Like they would know what a real man is. What daddy was there for you? You ain't never knew that, Negro. How you know what a real man is? And a real woman would not let no buster, acting like he's a real man, bust in her and have all these kids all over the place. A real woman would know how to treat a real man. You would know a real man if you seen him and not have like 6 baby daddies. See, women say anything to try to get at a Negro. Like, that don't work on me. That does not work. Again, I ain't never had it said to me, because again, I don't just mess with everybody. But some of these women, man, these dudes be having these experiences with, I'm just like, why y'all let them make y'all feel bad? A real man like me wouldn't even be talking to you. I don't even talk to people like you. I'm talking about a real man. A real man ain't gonna put up with a loudmouth nigga like you. A real man would get his plane ticket and go to Portugal and go find one of them over there that's soft and quiet and soft-spoken. A real man would go to Nigeria and go pick one of them up. So you trying to stuff? Nah, you know, Jones, I'm gonna stay in today, man. I ain't trying to go nowhere. I'm trying to do all that. I ain't trying to be around no young whippersnappers right now, nigga. I ain't trying to do nothing right now. I'm hungry. I'm finna go get my food. I'm finna go work on some of this stuff. I ain't going nowhere tonight. I'm just chilling. Maybe tomorrow, maybe some other time. I ain't doing nothing today. Nothing today. Said no, LOL. One that you walked away from, but realized that maybe you shouldn't have. You talking about me? I walked away from? Man, everybody I walked away from was for a purpose, man. It's cause they didn't want me there, because they want to act funny. So I gave them what they want. They wanted to act like they didn't care, so I let them not care. Go on. I ain't worried about it. Again, I don't chase people. I don't do that stuff. If you don't like me or you don't want me, then you don't have to. I'm not gonna do that. I don't waste my time. Get up, man. What's this spider webs over here, man? That's the second time that happened. Man, don't waste his time trying to chase no woman. Ain't no such thing as the one that got away. Everybody left because their season was up. You know, I used to think that. I said, well, you know, I talked to a girl before, like from here, that, you know, we always called her the one that got away. I said, she ain't the one that got away. It was done. We had our time. We had plenty of months, almost a year. We done with it. She didn't want to prosper in life, and she couldn't. I mean, I ain't saying she didn't want to prosper in life, but she couldn't stop listening to her homegirls. And I don't like women that listen to other women. I don't like women that listen to their pastor. I don't like women who can't think for themselves. I do not like women that do that stuff. I don't. Yo, I've seen girls do that. Well, I got checking with my pastor, my spiritual leader. Nigga, you a grown woman. What is wrong with you? I said, you can't think for yourself because you guys have your spiritual advisor call you? What a weirdo. You are a grown woman. I be doggone if some nigga gonna call me trying to hope. Nigga, I ain't answering this phone call. Nigga, I don't owe you nothing. I don't know you. Nigga, I'm trying to check in with you. You don't pay my bills, fool. I'll be doggone. That's why I say I know people like that now. They be like, yeah, well, I'll always call to check in on you. And I say, and when I don't respond, don't be surprised I didn't answer the phone call. Need your help with no relationship or with no advice, man. I don't need you to do nothing. You don't pay my bills, dude. These spiritually handicapped niggas, y'all are so dumb. Y'all always need somebody to thank for y'all. There's a grown woman, by the way, talking about, I gotta check in with my spiritual leader. Nigga, you a grown woman. What they gonna do if you ain't doing something? Whoop you? What they gonna whoop you? Take your title away from you? Yeah, that could never work on me. Ah, look, nigga, you better get out my face. You better get out my face. That's why everybody ain't got my number. No, I ain't giving you my number. I'll take yours down. I'm gonna take yours down because I ain't gonna ever save it in my phone. It was randomly called. That's why I like, no, you ain't gonna be randomly calling me with that stuff. That's why I said I don't give your number out to everybody. Don't go do this stuff because people will do that. Well, I was just checking on you, man. You're doing good. You're behaving. If I wasn't, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Throw me out? I ain't welcome back here. Well, then I'll go somewhere else. I'm welcome at. Nigga, I don't care about your affection or your affirmation. Nigga, what I look like? But then they're gonna get a bunch of spiritually or mentally handicapped people who can't do nothing for themselves. Make them feel bad, like, well, see, nah, your papa gonna check on you. See, your brother and your sister gonna check up on you. Man, that brother and sister getting left a voice message, and they're ain't answering that. Got people, well, if I don't answer, they say, oh, they call in a couple hours. If I don't answer, what they gonna do? I said, it's called control. Say, man, you call my phone again, I'm gonna block you. You better not ever call me on some weird timing, G. What I look like? That's why I got half these dumb bras can't think because they past ain't tell them yet. Because they mama or they sisters or they gay best friend ain't tell them. And then you got to sit right here and wait for an affirmation from them. Nigga, please. Why do I want a woman like that? No, I'm good. I don't like women like you. I find that stuff so weird. Giving no nigga on my number. That's why I ain't got nothing to say to you. That's why people don't even tell people they in relationships like that. Because it's like, I don't need you calling me. Everybody want to check up on you. Hey, man, what's up with that? And yeah, bro. I've seen people like, yeah, if you need advice, you go. I know I can holler at you for advice. I got plenty of people I can holler for advice. I don't want to. I don't want to talk to everybody. I don't want to talk to everybody about this. There ain't no fist to nobody, but I said, bro, I don't want to talk to nobody about stuff. I'm trying to enjoy time with the person that I like. Let me get to know them first. What y'all do? It's the reason why you don't tell everybody, man, because everybody wants stalk and meddle. Nobody speaking for us, man. Let us figure out what we got going on, and then we will come to you if we have an issue or problem that we want to talk about. We don't got nothing to say to you. I be trying to tell niggas, I'm not them churchy type niggas. That's why they come over here talking about, your daddy said, well, daddy ain't never spoke for me. Ain't you just realized I just got it earlier? He tried to say me and Joe's gonna be married at 17. Man, nigga ain't getting married no daggone 17. What's 17 plus 17? 34, boy, in 2 years, I would be 2 times 17 and still ain't married yet because I said so. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what age I'm gonna get married at. Man, don't no nigga speak for me. Never. None, never. That's what called being a free thinker is. Called being a free black man is. Ain't nobody gonna tell you what to do when you on everything. There are some things you need to figure that out. I said, you gonna tell people I'm gonna get married at 17? Okay, bet. Watch. And 17 came, never got married. 19, 21, 29, still ain't married because I said so. You ain't gonna tell me nobody what age I'm gonna get married. You done gave a lot of these little thoughts on her hope. Like they gonna be the ones. And that's why they coming over here with their little thought-oramas. Like, no, I don't want that. Because they be thinking I'm one of you dumb Negroes in church. Just listen to everything they hear. Like, no, you need to think for yourself. We respect the pastor, we listen to the pastor, but there's some things you need to think for yourself. People are so strange, man. I'm trying to tell you. And that's why I told women, if you ever come to me with your friend said, or your mama said, or your daddy said, or your somebody else said, I'm done talking to you. I'm done. That ain't being a strong woman. A strong woman don't care about the opinion of others, which is why they a strong woman. That's why I told people, don't come over here with that God said stuff. Don't come with that God said stuff. Because they want to blame God. Because then people did that. They came with that God said and pray on it. And I'll just, maybe God wanted to do it and pray on it. And then you go do what they want. Then they want to, well, I don't know. Now God's schizophrenic. Now God's bipolar. Because now he don't know. Now you don't know if that's what God wants you to do. But they telling you to go pray on it and see what God says. And God is probably telling them to take the go ahead. They scared. Oh no. Now it's God's fault. Now they want to blame him. Like, you're not going to blame my Lord and Savior. You ain't going to blame him. Like, no, you just a weird Negro who's unstable in all your ways. That's why y'all want to be spiritual, so you can blame God if it don't work. And that's why I said the first thing I talk to people with, I never say God said. I never even tell them I'm Christian. I don't even say that. Because I know you attract a bunch of these weirdos. I would not be blaming God for my relationship. I would not be blaming God for my shortcomings. Well, this as a parent, you don't know everything. That's why I said they didn't know everything. That's why we try to tell them, you know what I'm saying? Because again, daddy a very stubborn man, man. That's why I said, like, he cool, but he a very stubborn man. He thought he knew everything. Like, dude, you don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Stisha had to tell him that too, like, man, you don't know everything. You think you do, but you don't. I know you want the best for your children, but that ain't the best for your children because your children don't want that. That's why sometimes you gotta let them know, like, hey man, stop. Stop doing stuff. Stop advertising me. Stop telling people that I'm single. Stop doing that. I don't want them. See, he done got a lot of their feelings hurt because I told him stop doing that. Quit doing that. You don't know everything. Stop doing that. Respectfully, stop. See, then half the girls went to our church was freaking psycho. See, did you know that? Did you know they was weird? Did you know it was crazy? You don't know that. That's why I kept attracting those, because he kept sending them my way. That's why. And that's why I told you young Negroes getting married young at 17, 18 years old, and then they don't even know nothing about life and don't even know about the people that they with, and then they end up getting divorced because they know nothing about life. They didn't even have time to even grow up and transition. Didn't even know. They go straight into adulthood. They get pressured to have kids before they 25 years old, and then they go do all that and don't even realize, like, bro, they hate life now because they never got a chance to experience it and live it. And I told y'all earlier, that's why they say usually men that's 30 something up, I think it's like 35 and up, or in their 30s, they said those are the ones that usually last long in marriage. They stay longly married because they're mature. They know more about life. A child doesn't know about life, dude. You are still a child when you 20 years old. You don't know it because you young-minded. That's why I said all us in here was probably done when we was 20, 21 years old. We all did some stupid stuff because we were still young-minded. We thought about getting 21 so we can go buy cigarettes and buy drinks and go on to clubs and strip clubs and stuff. Because again, we thought that's what being grown is. We can finally get a grown-up admission because we can do whatever we want to because we was young-minded. We was thinking about that. We don't think about other stuff. We don't think about what life actually brings. And that's why I say when you go through a lot of stuff and you go through what we call life, you understand that this ain't easy. You're not thinking like a child no more. That's why I said my 32-year-old self is not thinking like my 22-year-old self was. I was immature at 22 years old. I was doing stupid stuff. Parkouring and skateboarding and trying to be a child all the time, man, and do all the immature stuff and being weird, man, and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know nothing. 32-year-old me is at it. I'm on my grind, you hear me? 32-year-old me is working hard to be a millionaire. I'm not doing this old weird immature stuff no more. You feel me? I'm trying to tell people, man, quit trying to advertise your kids, man, at 17 years old. Ain't no nigga get married no 17 years old. Nigga ain't even a fully grown adult legally. But he said on a Sunday, I looked at Joe. I said, Joe, I ain't get married no 17. Are you? He was no. I don't remember what he said about it, but I was like, I ain't get married no 17. So how am I gonna get married at 17? I'm still living with y'all. No. That just set me up for direct failure. Because I don't even know what it's like to live on my own yet. I ain't got my own crib yet. How am I gonna get my own wife? It don't even make sense. See, didn't even make sense. That's why I had to tell him, like, respectfully, man, stop doing stuff. Stop doing that. That make you feel less than. It make you feel like you ain't the man. Now y'all see why I was striving and work so hard to get my own little thing going on. Why I worked all these years and moved to San Antonio, get my own little thing going on, because you get tired of feeling like you gotta live in somebody else's shadow. You always need them to speak for you. That's why I said you don't speak for me on nothing. That's why I always did the opposite. Because I'm like, I don't need you to speak for me on nothing. You're not gonna tell me what I can and can't like. You're not gonna tell me what I can and can't do. No, I don't do that. Call it whatever you want to, man. It's called being a free thinker. Thinking for yourself. That's why I told y'all, man, Negroes is free from the white man, but then we go around our own people and we get slave in the mind around them, scared to stand up and scared to say something. We enslaved either ways. He said that on camera. The cameraman went to y'all. You and your brother looked like y'all were talking junk. Because we was. I'm like, man, I don't know who he think he's speaking for. He ain't speaking for me. And turns out 32 years old. Still ain't. Because I said so. I could have been married so many times if I wanted to. I said no. I chose not to. I'll make it another year if Negroes keep talking. I'll just keep going more years if I want to. I would do stuff to prove a point to everybody just because I can. And there ain't in no rush. I love my life, enjoying stuff like, bro, what in the world do I look like? You got to get out your teenage years to become a man real fast. And then you got to marry your wife, and everybody asking you when you're going to do your wife and bring kids. That's pretty much what they're saying, when y'all going to have sex and get kids. You got to be pressing to being a father. Then you got to do all this, do all that. And then they're telling you got to thug it out and struggle with each other. You don't have no time to ever enjoy life. Nah, I'm done. I'm good. See, now these new Negroes are defeating this narrative. That's why they try to tell you, well, if you pass like 27, it's getting up to where it's too late. Ain't no such thing as too late. Ain't no such thing. A 65-year-old woman just had a baby. People in their 50s and 60s and 70s getting married. Why in the world you gonna tell somebody it's too late? Like, you know, like a nigga don't know what time zone is. Like, you know. Same people that smoked weed all the way till they was 33 years old talking about it's too late. It was too late to be blowing that joint. You should have did that in your late teens, early 20s. Why you still smoking weed and you 45 years old, nigga? That's stuff that children do. Look, immature Negroes do. No grown old Negroes smoking no joints. That's why I said everybody worry about when you get married, when I daggone please, when I said so. And when I do, you ain't gonna be invited to the wedding. Why you asking like you gonna get an invite? Like you gonna get a notification. You ain't gonna never see one. That's why my sister had her wedding overseas in Costa Rica. Because you don't want Negroes showing up here. You know Negroes ain't gonna cross no open waters. That's why I say y'all better learn to think for yourself. Boy, I be trying to save y'all from slavery. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to save you from slavery. Have y'all Negro slaves now with this Democratic and Republican Party thinking y'all better because y'all on either or side. Y'all are slaves, man. Y'all in some coast, y'all weird. The half y'all done gave it up just to go listen to a pastor and make y'all feel like a slave because you can't think for yourself. I'm not saying don't listen to the pastor. I'm just saying don't let that man dictate how you live your life, what you do, what you're supposed to do. I think that is so crazy, man. That's why a lot of pastors get messed with, man, because people feel like, no, if I don't check it in with the pastor, something wrong. No, I need to, tell him what's going on, and he got to give me guidance. That's why they go crazy if they ain't got a word. They can't get a word, and now they don't know what the next step to do in life. Half these weird females out here, man, don't even know how life functions, don't even know how stuff goes. Got to talk to their girl group all the time. Be mad at you for 3 weeks. Won't tell you they're mad at you for 3 weeks. Tell their girl group, tell Instagram, tell their gay best friend, tell everybody else that they know, tell social media, everything. Then when it comes to you the last one to know about a problem that involves you. And then say, oh, well, I didn't want to ruin the mood. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. I don't know. I was scared. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, some strong woman. That's a very strong woman for you to be straight up with somebody. Strong women are very straight up with people. Whether they think they're going to hurt somebody's feelings or not. They have a discussion. They don't wait till 3 weeks after the fact. You are not a strong woman and you scared to talk about your feelings. That's not a strong woman. Love how y'all so strong and independent. You're scared of black men. You can't be strong and independent then. That's not how it works. Can't turn around and be a victim and then turn around and want to be an empowered woman. It don't work like that. I wonder why you're incredibly single. We know why. That's why I say, why you think I stay away from certain people? I don't go around certain people because they do this type of stuff and can't understand why they ain't been chosen yet. Old girl try to blame Louisville. See, it's the men in Louisville. Like, girl, you can go to Florida. You still gonna have the same problem. It's you. It's not the men. It's you. You done fell out with all your girlfriends. Like, you done fell out with us. You done fell out with everybody that you know. Even family members probably don't fell out with them. And now you sitting here by yourself. That's why I said now when people get lonely and they need somebody to talk to and they miss the old days, guess who they come and message? Steve, because Steve's the only person that ain't blocked them yet. And then guess what I ask him? How's everybody else? Well, I don't talk to her no more. Me and her ain't talked since such and such. And, that she blocked me and we ain't cool no more. I said, I wonder why she did. I wonder why she did that. They always come with this, I don't talk to such and such no more. And I said, guess what everybody else did with their life? Everybody moved on. Some of the girls got married. Some of them are mothers now with their man. They go take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? People done moved away, including me. I done moved away. You know what I'm saying? And the only one left, you. So you done did all that partying and turning up and being wild and pissing people off and letting that Hennessy get to you. And I said, now look what it got you. Look what it got you. Now you by yourself. Now you lonely. 7, 8 years of doing this. Now you lonely. Now when you're bored. Now when you miss a Negro. Now you want to, hey, what's up? I was thinking about you. Now everybody seem to miss you all of a sudden. Now everybody want to see you so bad. Now they want to magically just come back. And I said, no, it's just all your other connections I cut off. You ain't got nothing else to do. And you trying to rekindle that old little flame with us. That old little, oh, we was so cool one time. Yeah, we still are cool, but we ain't like that. Like I said, I'm grown, man. I done moved to another city. Doing my own chapter here. I'm not trying to do the same stuff no more. They don't seem to understand that. They're talking about, oh, you know what we can do? We can go places and go out and go people watch. Why do I want people watch? I don't want to do that. Yeah, while you have about 6 drinks? No, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. That's why I said some people don't really want to grow up, man. They don't. That's why I said eventually there's going to be some time you got to get old and grow up. I don't think a lot of people really want to do that. That's why I said they talk a good game, but they ain't really about that. They won't get out the city. Everybody else want to get out the city, and they do. That's why I said everybody else gets their stuff and moves away and stuff. They the only people that's still here. Like I said, even some of the worst girls, they were some of the worst, but even they got married and even they got kids now and they doing their thing. They ain't, again, because everybody has to grow up. You can't do this stuff since 2018, bro. We got to grow up and change. They still want to do the same stuff. Let's go out now. Nah. What you doing tonight? Where you going? Let's go do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Maturity is a sign of growth, man. Like I said, some of these girls was wild, but they didn't want to be wild forever. They do want to settle down with somebody they love and have kids. They want to do that. Like, I don't think you really do. And if that's how you want to live your life, that's fine. But everybody ain't like you. I purposely don't hang around hellraisers no more. I don't hang around people like that because they piss me off. That's their job. So I be trying to tell you, boy, I don't know what's wrong with y'all fools. I can believe the amount of weirdos came over here. Your daddy said, boy, I'm 37 years old. I'm 8 years away from 40. Who does this? Yeah, Hebrew Israelites do. That's why they gotta go join the cult, because they stupid. You know, see, your daddy said, and the Grandmaster said, yeah, I bet you will listen to Grandmaster when you're a dumb Negro. You listen to anybody, daggone it, because you can't think for yourself. Credit you ain't got the leader's credit, so of course you're gonna listen to anybody else. That's why I said that's the only reason why a certain type of people are mad at me. That's only why, because a certain type of Negro goes against a certain type of system that Negroes do. Negroes hate when you go against their system. They want to believe it's unfair and it ain't real out here. And I say, yeah, it is unfair and it is unreal for a lot of people. I said, but some of us are trying to break that narrative. Y'all not helping our case. A lot of us done broke in. I done broke the narrative where it was you can't move out of Louisville. I did it, and a couple other homies did the same thing. And ain't nobody looking back wanting to come back here. Y'all do. That's why people ask you, do you want to move back? No. For what, bro? The only reason I come back to the city because the ministry here, and because you know, like I said, I help out with the ministry and mom and them. I says it. I love my friends and my people. I said, bro, I'm not trying to stay here all day. I don't even like being back here more than 3 days. That's the reason why I moved, to get acquainted to a new city with new people. Why in the world nigga won't move back to the same place he was at? That's why you don't tell people here your plans, because guess what people want? To move back. When you gonna come back? Never. I'm not moving back here. No, I don't want to. Well, we missed you. Well, that's why we got FaceTime and social media. Follow me on there and see what I'm doing. It ain't gonna make a Negro come back here. Y'all was trying to bring a Negro back to his past, man. Ain't trying to do that. Nah. Don't think people out here are gonna support your dream and your vision. And that's why I waited till some of the last months to tell people when I knew it was secure, when I knew I had the bag and I knew I had the apartment secure and everything that I needed secure, that's when I told people I'm moving. Last 2 months or so, I told everybody I'm moving. Here come everybody. Oh, really? Where you going? Why you moving? What's down there? We're not there. We're gonna miss you. What, you gonna have to miss me then? They ain't changing my mind. Crazy. Anyways, I'm enjoying my Saturday night. And let you bitter ignigs. Now I told you I got a new word now. It's called an ill nig. Like I said, ignig is short for ignorant nigga. Crit nig is short for critical nigga. And now ill nig is short for illiterate nigga. I just came up with that one today. I'm about tired of all that, so. But that's it. Dang spider webs everywhere, man. Dang. See, I think mama's plants is attracting them, dude. Ugh. Surrounded by freaking plants. Man, look at all this stuff she got. Like, why you got all these flowers? Ugh. Oh, just plants on top of plants, man. Dang. I feel like I'm poison ivy or something. Like Batman's poison ivy. Like, dang, man. tell you, boy, people just, oh. Once them still get on the internet, y'all talk. Get on the internet holler. There's a picture going viral of, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's some NBA players or somebody. It's four black men that are known about something, and all their wives are interracial. Here go everybody in the comments. Here they go. Also, they can't get no black. They can't get that also. Yeah, that's all they want you for is your money, and then take off and leave. Like niggas don't do that either. Like women don't do that. What you think some of the NBA players dealing with? A ratchet baby mama want all his money. Yo, there's an NBA player dealing with a ratchet baby mama that he already paid the lump sum of money that he owed her. I think he went ahead and paid off all the child support he was supposed to owe her. She didn't like it. She wanted month-to-month payment so she can raise it up and get more money. He went ahead and paid off everything, so he ain't got owe or nothing. She went, I think, to the judge purposely to get more money. I think she won. Yeah, it sounds like about what you would do too, right? Oh no, only white girls do that. Only white girls doesn't want to do that. Yeah, only they do that stuff. How many ghetto baby mamas is Negroes dealing with too? Like only certain people do this, bro. Everybody does this when they evil. This is what people do. Money's the root of all evil. Any color gonna do whatever they can to get some money, man. I said, yeah, they always go pro and get outside. And I said, do you think maybe there's a reason why some of them maybe do that? Do you think that's why some of them probably do that? They keep getting the stereotype that y'all keep being like this dude. That's why I'm trying to tell you, man. They just ain't had the right black woman walk up on them. You know what I mean? It's already known, bro, when you a celebrity, the right people is not always going to walk up on you. It's going to always be the wrong people. Most of them girls in their face are gold diggers, man. They not good women. That's why some of them will stick with people from their high school joint. That's why everybody was mad at Travis Hunter, which I do agree, he kind of slow. You know, because they was really mad because his girl is Mexican or Latino or whatever. And they was mad talking, he can't see he using. I said, what you think these NBA players are dealing with their baby mamas now? This nigga Zion, what's his name? Zion Williamson or whatever. He's dealing with this porn star girl he knocked up. They tried to lie and say he raped her. What do you think they deal with? What do you think dude is dealing with his baby mama that he just paid her all her money? She mad because she wanted more money and try to get more money taken out of him. What do you think they deal with? This is the people you're going to deal with when you get some fame, when you get some money. That's what I'm saying. They want to talk crap. That's why I said, yeah, go ahead. That's all y'all going to do is talk. You're going to get on the internet and talk. Forever single. And then they go on Instagram hollering. They're going to make videos. And they are always the loudest one in the room. And I said, this is why you single. Who wants to kiss that? I try to put myself in them shoes to imagine having one romantical encounter with them. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, it's just, I don't find it romantic. I don't like a woman to yell. I don't like women like that. I mean, this girl got on Instagram. She said, see, the thing with the reason why they don't like these black women. Like, see, y'all don't understand how to deal with black women. I said, yeah, you saying that like that is why you single. Don't no nigga want that. Even saying black women, it gets on your nerves. Because it's just like, bro, the ones that ain't supposed to be saying are the ones that say it. It's like, dude, why you say it like it? Then you make all black women sound like it. Stop doing that. And then you say black women, what's the first thing people think about? Rasputia, Sharika. That's what they think about. Stop doing that. And then when you go to the comments, guess what a bunch of dudes say? See, y'all, they all act like it. That's what they say. See, you see how they are? That's how they all are. And I'm like, no, bro, they ain't like it. But these are the ones that keep getting on Instagram talking for everybody. I see no black women in the comments going against them. The good ones ain't never speaking out against them like, hey, girl, you need to stop this. I don't never see that. And then when you do get one, everybody jumping her in the comments. And then you wonder why everybody has stereotype when they say, oh. I remember everybody got mad. Remember everybody got mad at Kobe Bryant because I guess he had cheated on his wife or whatever. And then his wife had, I think she had divorced him at first and took some of his money. And everybody's mad and said, nah, it's because she Latina. See, he got that woman. He need to come on back home. Like Negroes wasn't dealing with their ghetto baby. And women was doing the same stuff to their Negroes. Nobody wanted to talk about that. They was just mad because the Negro had a Latino because he ain't married to somebody black and now he don't like black women. It's always a victimhood stuff. And then you find out Vanessa Bryan was loyal to this Negro. Vanessa Bryan's a real nigga. Everybody love Vanessa Bryan to this day because she real. See, sitting there talking about somebody you don't know. I remember everybody was mad at Lamar Odom because, he was kind of dumb for getting with a Kardashian girl, but that wasn't really the reason why. People was mad because she wasn't black. She wasn't black. The same reason they was mad at Ice Spice. They was trying to compare Ice Spice to Glorilla. Like they both are both talented people. Leave them alone. I said I know why, because one light skinned and one blacker or whatever. And I said no, they didn't like Ice Spice because Ice Spice is light skinned. And you know how girls feel about light skinned girls. Now they CIA project from the government to outbreed black women. The dumbest thing I've heard in my life. Even if that was true, it's like why? Who cares at this point? You know what I'm saying? They said, nah, Negroes go get the lightest light skin because that's the closest thing they can get to white. I think he would just go get a white girl. I mean, why not just go get a white girl? I ain't never said that like, yo, man, I'm gonna just go get a light skin so I can get mad at them. I ain't never did that. I don't know who does this stuff, man. Who got time? You can find all this stuff, but you can't find out why you single because you'll get on mouth. You can't understand that, but you can make up conspiracy theories. Yeah, keep on being on the internet hollering about black women. That's definitely gonna get you a mate. It's definitely gonna make people like y'all faster. And the more y'all say that word, the more people are not going to equate with that. That's why I said I'm a black man. But when people say that black stuff because they doing it wrong, it just makes you like, bro, I don't even like when people do that. That's why I said saying black and proud at first actually meant saying Black Lives Matter, and then saying black and proud actually meant something at first. But the wrong people keep taking it. They make it not even want to say it no more. Become the victim in the comments. See, they always trying to keep us down by dating outside their race because they hate us. Even if that was true, you don't even want the nigga. You just mad because he don't accept you. That's do you understand what this whole war is about? It's not even that they want the dude, because if that dude walked up to them on any other day, they would not care. They mad because they not wanted by that guy. And because they ain't wanted, it must be something wrong with you. Now everybody's something wrong with everybody else. Y'all seen them do this with white dudes, man. They was mad because a white dude would probably say like, "Yeah, I wouldn't date no black woman." Here they everybody in the comments. Nah, see, they call you race, blah, blah, blah. And then a white dude love black women. They here they out in the comments. Nah, leave us alone. Leave black women alone. And you always trying to take on women. You don't never know. I'm like, bro, what do you want people to do here? What do you want people to do? They get asked a question. Either way they answer a question, y'all get mad at them because y'all don't like the outcome. Leave niggas alone. Let people like what they like and go on about your business. It's like, yo, y'all are so frustrating. Like, dude, shut up. You know, when we have these debates, man, just do it for show. That's why I said, now you see why I swipe to find wholesome moments and music moments and stuff. Because I'm like, you get tired of seeing this. Everybody get together, do music. All colors get together, do music, man. Everybody cool. They find one thing they can be on the court with. That's nice. Let's do that. It is. But yeah, keep on hollering on the internet if you want to. That's why you still single. It ain't going to change nothing, heifer. Anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. It's already 11 o'clock. I'm finna go eat the Zaxby's and go relax. I'm going to catch y'all when I see y'all.